You're watching Poindexter Lounge. You already know. You're watching Poindexter Lounge for the unity.
Nicotina's mom! Oh, yeah! Nicotina's mom!
Poindexter, you're getting all excited.
What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, the hardest working guy on streaming services today. I don't stream to you on Croc Plus. No, I stream to you right here at the Poindexter Lounge. And hey, if you don't know what Croc Plus is, stick around because I'm sure we'll talk about it. Hey, my name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and it is good to have you with me in the lounge tonight. Now, if you don't know what the Poindexter Lounge is, and you stumbled across us, maybe you don't know what the internet is. I had somebody this last week, they don't really work the internet too well. And they were like, what is the Poindexter Lounge, Enosh? Well, the Poindexter Lounge simply is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my crew, meaning all of you, our nerd family, can get together and talk about the things that we love. Things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things that get you excited, if those are things that get you scratching your head and just wondering, I wonder if they're ever really going to get a Masters of the Universe live action movie off the ground. And, what kind of person really was Prince Adam? Was he really a wimp? Was he really a weakling? Or was he just pretending? If those are the kind of questions that keep you up at night, then you have found the right place here at the Poindexter Lounge. So please hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell, and hit that like button so that we know that you like what we do around here, and it gives us some encouragement to know that we're doing what needs to be done. We're doing the right thing around here. All right, so thank you to everyone who is here tonight. It's so good to see you. We got a full jam-packed show for you. There's lots of crazy news. There's some good news. There's some crazy news, and then there's even more news on top of that news. I mean, it's like a news lasagna, if you will. Like we start off the bottom with a nice layer of stories, and then on that we add some comedy, we add some crazy stuff in from out of nowhere. We maybe add in a crazy person or two who joins the stream. On top of that, we add some more news stories. Maybe add on top of that some games or whatever, comments from the comment section, from the chat. You guys are just fire. You guys are amazing. With keeping the chat going all night long. And on top of that, we had more guests and more guests and more guests. I mean, last night we got into hour 4, and then all of a sudden we ended up on a story that I didn't even know about regarding the fandom menace. And before I knew it, we had Echo Base in here, man. And I was like, hour 4, what in the world is going on? I literally started off the first 15 minutes of the show, not even knowing if anybody was going to show up. I thought you were just going to get me, which is okay too. I'm down with that. But you just never know literally what is going to happen here in the Poindexter Lounge. You never know who's going to show up. You never know who might say hi. It's become a place where you got to be up on his stuff and watching, right? So hey, that being said, I want to as always shout out all of our patrons. Thank you all for your patronage and for being a part of the lounge. I appreciate each and every one of you guys so very much. You guys mean a lot to me. And then of course all the members here of the channel. Oh my gosh, you guys are so fantastic. I appreciate all of you guys as well. And of course, everyone who gives super chats, everyone who's a part of that. You guys, we never expect anybody to give anything, but we're always so humbled and blessed when you do. It just means the world to us, and that you guys put your I don't know, your money where your mouth is. You put your time into this. You show us love in so many different ways. And I am so very thankful for that. Now, we got some great stories tonight. I got a couple of guests who are going to come in and But first, I want to say hi to a couple people who are here. Yes, Stella, what's up? Says, wow, is that why Tom Welling hasn't been working much? Just when you think that the Tom Welling Superman stories can't ever happen anymore, you get another one. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Every time I just put that whole thing to rest, somebody else reports something, so we got to talk about it. What's up, Andrew Casali? Always good to see you, man. What's up, Shifty Gizm? Hey, tonight we're talking some GI Joe. So stay tuned for that. Music Man, good to see you, sir. Black Ops is in here. What's going on, Black Ops? Dat dude Vince is in the house tonight. Tizai Cherie is here. Good to see her. I already said hi to Stella, of course. Let's see who else is in here. But you guys were having a great conversation going back and forth, just the three of you. Ben Workman is in here. What's up, Ben? Good to see you, sir. Well, you guys really were having a conversation back and forth there for a while. It was just the three of you there for a minute. What's up, Frank? Good to see you, Frank. Proud member of the channel. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Mary Wilcox is in here. Good to see you. Good to see you, ladies, tonight. You Do Suck is in here. Nick Hammond is in here. Bonus. It's bonus time for sure. Bonus. It's the bonus show. Yes, Nicotina's mom all day long. Nicotina's mom all day long. Love Nicotina's mom. Her and I go way back. Peter Rabbit's Defender in the house. What's up, Peter Rabbit's Defender? Good to see you. Ryan Hartwell is in here. Hey, what's going on? What's up, Film Gob? How are you, sir? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Who else is in here? It's always good to see Film Gob in the chat. Hope you're doing well in your neck of the woods. Hope things are going well and you're staying out of trouble. We know you're not. We know you're not. You're always getting into some kind of trouble over there, Film Gob. What's up, Caleb? Good to see you, man. Gary Lee Fowler in the house. Cringer equals Battle Cat. Battle Cat, baby. Maybe I'll bring down some He-Man figures and we'll talk about some He-Man stuff here because we got the He-Man cartoon stuff to talk about. Daniel, what's up with you? Yes, that 15 minutes of Army are fire. Yes, I can't wait. Tomorrow we're going to go see Army of the Dead here at our house. What's up, Left Coast Graphics? Good to see you. I hope there is some cheese. There's always cheese, man. We always bring the cheese. What's up, Megapod? Megapodtastic. Megapodtastic. Now, I got to wonder, is Megapodtastic as good as Tifftastic? I mean, Megapodtastic, I'm glad you're here, but Tifftastic is very, very special to my heart. You know, I don't know. We'll take all the tastics. We'll take all the tastics. We're glad you're here. Zeno is in the house. Zeno had some fire calls earlier on Saggy Melon's channel. I got some new Saggy drops. So if anybody does give a super chat tonight, then we'll get you the new Saggy Melon drops that I got. Saggy Melon drops. Boy, that sounds like a nice tasty candy, doesn't it? Saggy Melon drops. All right, what's up, Geek Studios? Good to see you here tonight, sir. Always good to see everyone in the chat, and I love just seeing you guys. You guys are so awesome, and you guys make this so much fun. You know who else makes this fun is our guest that we have on. And like I said, you never know who's going to be here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, back from the dead. We haven't seen him in a couple of days. Mr. RJ, President Justice. What's going on, RJ?
Hey guys, what's up, man? I've been here a couple days. Had some stuff going on with my teeth because I got to get a dentist appointment tomorrow. But always happy to talk here. We got some interesting topics too, so I can't wait.
Yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. What's up, Azteca? Good to see you, Azteca. And then, of course, also on the panel tonight is our good friend. He is the reason why we all got to watch Star Wars this last Saturday. The original theatrical versions. You love him. Some of you guys have been messaging me saying, "Hey, do you think that Zod can send me a copy?" Like, I don't know. You need to ask Zod. I ain't over here burning copies of it. Like, you need to ask Zod. So, hey, we're gonna ask Zod, dear Zod, can can you burn me a copy of the Star Wars trilogy? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, everyone on your knees and kneel before the Zod Rider. What's up, Zod?
Hey guys, so good to be here. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. How you?
I feel like we are living in the most nostalgic time ever, Enosh. I mean, I know.
Right?
I mean, this is amazing. I mean, hearing about all this stuff coming out. I don't know if you guys are fans of Doctor Who, but I absolutely love Doctor Who, especially
I'm trying, man.
Especially Christopher Eccleston. From 2005, the Doctor Who, from the first Doctor Who reboot.
Sure,
he is amazing, and he just recently made his return as the Ninth Doctor in the form of audio dramas.
Really,
through Big Finish, and I just got super excited because I've been dying to hear more from Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor, and they finally got him to come back to do the voice for these audio dramas. Big Finish has been doing, Doctor Who audio dramas for decades. So people that are Doctor Who fans probably know a lot about Big Finish. It's awesome, but it's just great that he's finally back. But again, there's so much nostalgia. This particular show that you're talking about, that you brought up on your thumbnail. It seems like this is what we're living through, man. A wave of nostalgia, unlike anything before.
I agree, man. I absolutely agree. Hey, Black Ops, while I'm thinking about it, man, Black Ops, I know you're watching. If you want to jump in here, man, message me. I can never find your and I know I'm just on, I might be on my wrong Twitter page. You might be on the other one. So that's the problem with having two Twitters, right? Like, is that what
right.
two Twitter pages, right?
It's like I got two different groups of people messaging you. You can't keep up with all of it.
I know. It's like there's people that I want to talk to and stuff, and then I never know if I'm actually talking to the right person or what's going on. But hold on a second. I'm trying to.
Yeah, and the chat was bringing up too. Christopher Eccleston was in that first G.I. Joe movie, The Rise of Cobra.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
yeah,
he was.
He was also
Destro. He was Destro.
He was also in Thor: Dark World. He played the main villain under all that makeup.
Yeah, Malekith the Accursed.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's fantastic as the Doctor, and I honestly, so I just got done listening to the production today, the one that just came out today. And I'm just so glad that he's back. I'm like super excited. I'm like on this nostalgic high right now. It's incredible.
I'm right there with you, man. There's a lot of nostalgic things just going on, man. And and I'm down with that, man. I look, as long there it is. Okay, hold on a second. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So yeah, dude, as long as stuff is done well, I'm down with it. Right? As long as it's done well, I'm down with it. My only problem ever comes in is when it's just done cheesy. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to like you're talking about Eccleston, right? So like I like that first G.I. Joe movie, but it doesn't really feel like a G.I. Joe movie. There's bits and parts of it that do.
I agree.
But then like Eccleston is Destro, man. That could have been so good. And like at the end, you get this payoff of the silver mask, and you get the tease of the mask all through it, with the various people or whatever, but it comes down to that end where I don't know. It's not that great, right?
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Since I was a kid, I've had ideas in my head for what a G.I. Joe movie would actually be like. And so far, they have not ever lived up to the hype. I mean, my God, Enosh, I don't know about you, but when I think about those 1980s cartoons for G.I. Joe, in my mind, that's what G.I. Joe is. And I just imagine if they're going to make a live action movie, that they're going to somehow adapt that appropriately and just make the subject matter a little bit more serious, a little bit more adult, but essentially be similar to what we got in the cartoons. I don't know why they can't never
Yeah.
just. They can't
The,
just
the sequel was a little
get
bit more cartoony. I think it
The
took
sequel-
it to more of a better
Yep.
direction.
You're right. The sequel felt a little bit more like GI Joe. Yeah, we had the emblems.
Yeah.
We had
The classic outfits.
the classic outfits. It felt like a real Cobra scheme, to take over the United States. And
I don't know.
all
Maybe
that
I'm
stuff.
wrong on this one, but for me, I always felt that GI Joe, if it were done as a movie, should be done satirically, like the way Paul Verhoeven did Starship Troopers. I always imagined seeing GI Joe done not that it wouldn't be serious, but that there would be elements in it that would make you question who the good guys are. Like I always pictured it being one of those things where you would learn stuff about Cobra, and you would learn about Cobra Command, and you would learn about you would learn some deeper things that would make you question who the villains are. Is it G.I. Joe or is it Cobra? And you'd kind of have a really, really kind of Cold War-ish kind of story. And I always thought it would be unique and interesting. And I don't know, I just haven't, but regardless, the current movies as they exist right now don't really exude G.I. Joe to me either way.
So we're gonna get into it because they're talking about possibly more actual. So we got this Snake Eyes movie coming, and we'll get to this in a second. But Ryan Hartwell with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Ryan. I always love you, Ryan. And if you're message me if your internet is working well tonight. I know that sometimes we have a hard time with you, and I know it's frustrating for you, but hey, I always love to have you in here, man. Because a $10 super chat says, I just bought a ticket to an Army of the Dead screening for tomorrow. Rock on. Oh, heck yeah. I'm all decked out in my Zack Snyder, attire tonight. Says, I'll probably watch Zack's Dawn of the Dead to make sure it's fresh in my mind. Can't wait. I can't either, man. I think it's going to be awesome. And it looks good. I love the fact that they keep calling it this heist movie. It's a zombie heist movie. But I got a feeling. I got a feeling, man. And
they posted the first 15 minutes, and I know
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
I haven't watched that. I haven't watched
it either, man. I don't want nothing spoiled.
Me either, man. I want to go in. I want to watch that. I want to watch it all right there. So Ryan, I'm gonna give you the brand new drop that I got from Saggy Melons tonight because apparently she wants me to eat the meat.
I can still call Enosh out for eating the meat. And he'd look at, well, you ate the meat too. Okay, but that still doesn't negate the fact you also ate the freaking meat.
That was earlier. That's a quick drop, man.
I know, man. We're on this thing. I got another one of her too. But yeah, that was a weird. She was talking about us if we were vegans and like being hypocritical, and I was like, I'm over here eating the meat all day long, man. I don't know. That's gonna get clipped. Yes, tis I, Sri. Cobra.
Yes.
So I should probably. So the question is for this segment, do I put up the Cobra Commander helmet, or do I put up the Snake Eyes helmet?
Choices.
Right?
That's a tough. I think I might go Snake Eyes.
You want to go Snake Eyes? Okay, we'll go Snake Eyes right there, and yeah, there you go. It doesn't fit on over the headphones though. It just Cobra. All right. So but yeah, I'm all about G.I. Joe. I got Flint right there, baby. I got a Cobra Trooper right there. These new 6-inch. I love these classified figures, man. These classified figures are awesome. And then I got Serpentor right there. I still haven't taken my Serpentor statue out of the box yet. And who else do I got over here? I got some more over here. Oh yeah. Speaking of Destro, I got my Destro thing right here. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Matt Jarbo, what's up, Matt?
Not much. I just got home from my first trip to the theater in 15 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he just saw Army of the Dead, man.
Yeah, I just saw Army of the Dead. It was good.
No spoilers, though.
No spoilers. I would say if you can see this in theaters, do, but if you can't, Netflix is fine. It's good. It's just it's a little bit long. Is like probably my biggest complaint. But there's a lot going on with that movie that I have so many questions about. One in particular, which is a spoiler. And I really want to know what, like, I want to know if I saw what I saw or if it was just an editing thing, because like there's a thing and I'm like, wait, what?
Jared Leto's Joker.
No, it's not Jared. I mean, great if it was Jared Leto's Joker. It was a very interesting movie. It was definitely, if you like the aesthetic style of, let's say, Dawn of the Dead, and you're thinking that it's going to be kind of like that, it's not like, it doesn't have the same kind of flair as Dawn of the Dead did.
Is it more campy and funny, or is it still
I mean, there's parts of
serious?
it. There are parts that are like super serious, and then there are parts that are like super funny, and then there are parts that are super badass, and then there's parts where it's like super gory, and you're like, holy shit, that's amazing. And you know, I mean, like the middle part of the movie and the final act, I really liked. It's a little bit of a slow ride to get going. But it's good. Like, if did you guys watch the first 15 minutes?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't watch it this morning either, because I was like, I didn't want to spoil it.
Heck no.
So don't spoil it. Because it's kind of a, you can see, oh, there's Zach, right? There's Zach's like mentality in the opening of the movie. It was fun. It was just good to be back in the theater. Really is what it boiled down to. I will watch this again on Netflix next week, 100%.
Heck yeah.
And I want you guys to see it so we all can talk about it. But it was cool because they showed the Venom trailer in there, and they showed the Suicide Squad trailer in there. So that was pretty cool to see too.
Interesting.
Junk Man, I think I sent you the wrong. You know what? Apparently, I don't know how I got a wrong link going on. Apparently, I sent a wrong link to a couple people. So I don't know. There you go. There's a better one. All right, that should work. Yeah, no. I'm looking forward to it, man. You know, I know a bunch of people who've seen it so far, and they say they like it. And
oh yeah, no, I want more. I definitely want more.
How is Dave Bautista?
Excellent. Like, this is why, like, I know I get in trouble when I criticize The Rock for like not being a movie star, because he's an entertainer. I love The Rock, but he's an entertainer. Batista has been very trying to, you know, really work on his acting. And you know, like Blade Runner.
Yeah, I noticed that with Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, he did great. He did
beginning, but
yeah, well, the only scene he's in, you know, really. Yeah. But in this one, no, he does really well. Like the whole cast is really good. A couple standouts and whatnot, and you know, it feels like I really want to see the prequel with Dieter.
welcome, Junk Man.
So I want to see what they do with that, and then it's fun. I mean, I liked it. It's just not as like, I don't know. There's like the littlest things that are kind of wrong with it, but I don't want to dwell on those, because it's not like, at the end of the day, I walked out going, yeah, that was a good time.
Sure. Andrew Christie here with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Andrew. You're awesome. Says, I literally just got in from seeing Army of the Dead. Was fun. I definitely think Zach benefits from a good screenwriter like Terrio. Some attempts at the serious moments wasn't needed. So,
yeah, I can see that. And I think, like, again, if we're talking just like the filmmaking aspect of it, because I really wanted to see Zach shoot in digital in that custom red camera on the big screen. Because for like just being the film junkie that I am, I really wanted to see that. And it's cool, but my God, does he have, like, remember how, okay, like in Justice League, there's a lot of slow-mo, right?
Yeah,
and like this one, there's a lot of rack focusing. So it's a lot of depth of field shots. And sometimes it's a little bit too, you're like, okay, like they kind of like, there's a whole bunch kind of in rapid succession.
Well, Zach was the director of photography for this one, wasn't he?
Well, no, that's the whole thing. This is Zack Snyder Unchained, right? This is Zack Snyder Unchained, which is exactly what I wanted, and I'm happy with what I got.
Well, if y'all don't like it, you can blame me.
I blame the Poindexter Lounge 100%.
Oh, that's good. Finally, I'm not being blamed for something.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Usually I'm being blamed for everything.
Exactly. So there you go. so no, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm really hoping that it's good. I think that it's going to be, and from what I've heard, everybody's been really enjoying it. So.
Yeah. Well, Peter's Rabbit Defender asks, "How was Samantha Win?" Holy shit, dude! Amazing. She gets this scene. I won't say what it is, but it's like you love her in that role. You know, like she was really good in that. She was badass as hell, and totally subversive of what you thought was going to happen, which I loved. So
Yeah, she's mainly a stunt performer, isn't she?
Yeah,
I know
I
she had a
believe
couple
so.
movies.
Yeah, I believe so. And Garrett Dillahunt is also one of my favorite actors. And Tig Notaro really does steal a lot of scenes that she's in. But I wouldn't mind seeing the Chris D'Elia footage because, like, you can see they did a really good job editing in Tig. There's a couple scenes where you're like, wow, they act like how did they get that to work? But it did a really good job, and yeah, like there's a lot of really good stuff in the movie, and I just want to know more about that world because seriously, what the hell? There's some stuff.
Nice.
But go see it if you can. Pay money to go see it.
I've got my conspiracy theories about what I think part of the movie is going to be about, and I'm just looking forward to see if seeing if that's those pan out. So we will we'll definitely see. Now, what do you guys think? Because this is like a couple of things that we're talking about tonight is today or this week, actually, lots of nostalgia news for all of us who grew up, man, the 80s with some different things. Lots of nostalgia news. We finally get our first look today at the Masters of the Universe cartoon. We got our first look at the Snake Eyes movie coming out. We're going to take a look at that. Tom Welling literally coming out today is the anniversary of the end of Smallville, the 10-year anniversary of the end of Smallville. And today or this week, actually, he came out saying that, like, oh yeah, now he wants to play Pattinson's Superman, like that he would play Pat. And at first, I laughed that off. I thought, oh my gosh, that's got to be a We Got This Covered, story, actual story, actually saying that. I'm in shock, given the fact that the man has gone on for 20 years. I mean,
now the man hasn't exactly had a career.
He's done some stuff. He's directed a few. I agree.
But let's be honest. He really hasn't. His career didn't take off. So I can kind of see why now he wouldn't necessarily be against suiting up to be with his buddy.
Like
Robert,
when in doubt.
Because
when
at this
in doubt.
point, yeah.
But now
when did Smallville end? It ended in
10 years ago. Today.
10 years ago. Okay,
10 years ago today.
I mean, if you think about it, he got kind of screwed. Because Smallville was in the middle of its run when Superman Returns came out, and
but he never wanted to wear that costume, man.
Well, but the thing is though, but because that movie came out and it was as panned as it was at the time, that soured Superman in a lot of I don't want to say to the fans, but to like executives, and so any chance at there being anything post that's going to look negatively on Smallville, and by the end also the show had gotten. I never watched it, but from what I've been told, it got a little bit kind of towards the end.
See, I actually kind of liked it towards the end. Like, I know a lot of people say that about that towards the end, but like they brought in a lot of great characters towards the end. Like, look, they weren't always the best versions. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, some breaking news has happened.
Yeah, breaking news just happened. Ooh. Hold on. So we're gonna go now to that. Yeah, we're gonna go to this. We're gonna talk about this. By the way, welcome, Junkman. Good to see you, man.
It's like I said, you never know what's going to happen in the lounge.
You never know what's going to happen in the lounge. And this just got sent to me. Thank you, Bradley, in the chat. Check it out. We've got our first look at Wayne T. Carr as Green Lantern.
That doesn't look sanctioned to me by Zach. It looks like he's just excited to show it to him, and they
apparently he was doing a Q&A. And
hello. That kind of looks a little bit like, oh guys, check this cool scene out.
Well, remember he was doing that though, like when he's like, oh hey, look, here's Martian Manhunter, and on his phone on the live stream. So he's kind of known to do that,
right?
Yeah. Oh, hey
I'm
RJ,
just
I
wondering-
don't know if you put. I see that you posted it too. Like I'm sorry, I didn't see yours.
No,
before
no,
I
you're
saw
fine. I
somebody else.
posted it just as you started
Release the
talking.
driveway cut.
Please
That's
do.
crazy. It's crazy.
He needs to upload that picture on Vero though. I want to
Yeah,
see
he
the
really
Snyder
does.
is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was looking at this. I'm like, it's cool that we can like see it, but I want to see, like on my full screen on my computer. This is
I know,
this is
man.
I mean,
okay,
that
but
looks freaking amazing on his phone. I mean, let's just be
Yeah.
honest. That looks incredible.
yeah, I just want to get
Wow.
more detail. I just want to get more detail.
The stuff on that guy's phone, probably. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like, seriously.
there's a guy I know who was hanging out
I
with
got it
Todd.
right here.
Well, when during
I know
the
a guy.
well, no, I don't. Well, there's a guy. Okay, it was Louis Lecca from Nerd Report. When he saw Joker early, they went to this. They saw the movie, then they went to this little after party with Todd Phillips, and Todd Phillips was showing Louis all of the early drafts of the Joker's makeup that he had on his phone. Because all these guys, they carry all this shit on their phone all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's like they just got folders of like, oh, this is all the concept art that they, that they just text message to me, and everything else. So yeah, I mean, like, I would love to see what Zach has on his phone,
Yeah, I mean,
especially for Army of the Dead, because I have questions. And Andrew, we should talk about this later on because I know you're listening. But
So there you go, folks. That's some breaking news right now. I love it. I love it. This guy was right here in the lounge just the other day, and now we're actually seeing.
You can
Come on,
tell
Z.
just by that picture alone how passionate Zach is about these characters. You cannot tell me that he would not run back immediately if they gave him the green light to make the next film. I mean, look at his face.
I believe you would. I believe you would.
I
Unbelievable.
honestly, I think it would, but I think he would, but there would be serious negotiations.
Oh
Yeah,
heck yeah!
that's what I
Oh,
was about to say.
absolutely, yeah.
Heck yeah! Heck yeah!
But I even think like at this point, I think Debbie would have a big say in that.
Oh, I'm sure she would. I
They need
mean,
to just make Debbie head of Warner Brothers and stop screwing around. Just let Debbie run it all. 'Cause at that point,
Well,
that-
producers, not all. This is kind of where it's at though. Like she's a producer, and so
Yeah.
she's got a very specific role. It's kind of like people saying, "Oh, let Filoni take over Lucasfilm." It's like there's a lot more to Lucasfilm than just Star Wars. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
I
yeah,
would say like move Zach into Warner's lot because I guarantee he's have an office there. Set up a whole subdivision, give it all to him, let them run it, and then bypass Hamada and maybe even Emmerich and go right into Sarnoff or something.
Emmerich is going to be gone anyway, man. I mean, let's be honest.
I don't.
He's on his
I don't
way
think
out.
he is. I don't think he is. I don't
You
think
don't
that.
think he's gonna go to Netflix?
No, they don't want him.
Yeah, I think he's going to.
They don't want him.
No, yeah, they don't want him.
They don't want him at all. I mean, because you got to think of it like this. Like I think it was Campia was talking about Emmerich, and I someone was talking about him. I think it was Campia, and they said like, look, he's done all this streaming stuff, or no, he's kind of worked his way up, and then where does he go from here, right? Like, so if he's kind of stuck doing the studio work right now, but again, Emmerich was a producer. He was a producer with New Line. So he's kind of a rough and tumble kind of guy. The producers who like being in the field and getting projects made. That is maybe what he wants to do. And that's maybe why he wanted Netflix, because they're actively pursuing different content. And that's something that Warner's is simply not doing. Or these studios now are just mining their IPs for these tent poles. And that is the job he finds himself in. Kind of weird when you think about it like that, right?
yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of
Yeah,
like it's all interesting.
So I gotta ask a question. Would you guys want to see? Did you guys watch Smallville? First of all, did anybody watch
I
Smallville?
did. I've seen it all.
I was
I
there,
love-
man.
I
was
actually lo- I
and
actually love the show.
I'm finishing up season 10 right now
Oh,
with my
it's so
boys.
fantastic.
I rewatched it all because I watched it all live. And it's funny because this being the 10th anniversary. So 10 years ago tonight, Enosh was very, very frustrated because I had Dish Network. And in the entire time that I had Dish Network, I never had a problem. And then that night I had to record Smallville because I was not going to be home for the series finale. And I came home and there had been a thunderstorm. And for the first and only time The only time I always touted that when people would be like, oh, but you get dish, man. And, you get all these weather issues and stuff. I never had an issue with my dish until that night. And it literally gets to like all these key pivotal moments, like the moment where he, takes off his, and rips the shirt finally. And it gets right to that. And it's like, and it looked all weird and garbled and, like scrambled, like back in the day, when we talked about that. But yeah, I was just like, you got to be kidding me. I was so ticked off. But I don't know. I mean, how do you guys feel about this? Would you guys want to see Tom actually do this?
I wouldn't mind it, but I still feel like I feel kind of a little bit robbed considering the way that he kind of, because I don't know, you saw Crisis on Infinite Earths, right? Where how they wrapped up the Smallville storyline. You saw that, didn't you, Enosh?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is that, if he were to come back now and actually suit up, we know he's just doing it for the money. And I'm going to tell you this because we already know he never wanted to suit up. He was the biggest diva when it came to anything like that. He was the big reason why they had to use Superman Returns footage when they showed Superman in the finale. So my thing is this, I feel like, Tom, you're not fooling anybody if you come back and you actually suit up. It's like, oh yeah, if you're going to pay me, I'll suit up right now. Yeah, we know, because your career really hasn't gone where you wanted it to go. So now all of a sudden you're willing to put the suit on. And that's my only issue with it. But yeah, I would actually like to see it. I wouldn't mind. But I think that it's just unfortunate that his career had to get to this point for him to finally say, okay, yeah, I'll put the suit on. I mean, I don't know.
Well, let's be real here. What this really is a bid to get in on the Cheaper by the Dozen reboot at Disney.
What you just said right now is as good of a reason as any, I guess. I mean,
Cheaper by the Dozen.
Because no, he was in Cheaper by the Dozen 1 and 2 when those came out back in the day, and they're doing a reboot at Disney. I think this time with like a Latin X family, I believe. I don't know how to pronounce that. And who knows? Maybe they're going to want to try to get him in. He's not doing much else right now.
I love Belle here. She says Tom Welling needs to hit the gym.
I'm just wondering, why
Tom Welling ain't coming in here.
Yeah, how old is he now?
Well, to be fair,
Tom Welling ain't coming into this looking with that beer gut and that
To be fair, Tom Welling looked good. He looked like the brawny guy in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover.
He just looked like a normal. He looked like he had a kind of a dad bod a little bit. Didn't look like, he wasn't like buff, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't.
Yeah, but remember, he had given up his powers, so it made sense. It made sense kind of that he decided, okay, I'm in a way
though. I feel like he got his chance, but it's like it kind of just crapped all over Smallville with that event. I want to see him get another chance.
I don't understand. But... in that he said that he, they said that he gave up being Superman and everything. It's like, what the heck, that.
I just don't get how that
works. It kind of like, to me, it made sense when you look at the real world issues when it comes to Tom Welling. He never wanted to wear the suit. So if they said to him for that Crisis crossover, yeah, we want you to save the world, but you have to suit up in your Smallville season 11 costume from the comics. We need you to suit up and we need you to come out there and we need you to be Superman. He probably would not have agreed to do it. But now that he sees dollar signs, he needs money, and he sees his good buddy.
I'll say this: Tom Welling. Yeah, Tom Welling is a good guy. I've met Tom Welling. I've met Tom Welling. Tom Welling is tall. Like Tom Welling dwarfs me. I'm 6'1", and I'm looking up at him like I'm a little kid. We got a picture with him, man. We got the professional photo and stuff, and man. Oh my gosh, the dude is tall. What's up? It's good to see you in here, Belle.
Hey, Belle.
Yeah, but so I don't know. Look, I'm not going to turn it down because I've wanted to see that man in a Superman costume for the last 20 years.
Enosh, did you read those season 11 comics?
Yes.
Oh
yes,
my God, wasn't it fantastic?
So
good.
It
was so well written. It was like. it was like you could tell that the people that were writing the show early on were involved with writing those comics, because it felt like a direct continuation. They had great storylines, they had great characters. It was wonderful.
Peter Rabbit's Defender, I don't know if that's like the official line that he's 6'4", but he's more than 3 inches taller than me.
He's 6'6".
Yeah, he's more. I can go get the picture in the other room. He is more than 3 inches taller than me. Yeah, he's got to be like 6'5".
I think I figured out why he didn't put on the suit for Superman, because he wanted to put on the uniform because he's going into the NBA.
Maybe that's as good of a. But if he was going into the NBA, he wouldn't need money now to put.
Well, that's actually not true. A lot of NBA and NFL stars go broke.
Yeah,
they do. They do. I mean, here's the thing though with Smallville. It's like he has royalties. We're talking 10 seasons.
Yeah.
The convention circuit. I mean, DVD sales. Like, look, all they have to do is put out like a 10-year anniversary of Smallville set. People like Enosh will slobber all over it to go and buy it.
Hey, now.
Well, it's true, and he's fine. He's got his paycheck.
That last box set that they put out for Smallville was pretty nice. I mean, it came with a
yeah, but I've got the 25th anniversary Blu-ray of Back to the Future. And then they released the 30th anniversary, and then the 35th anniversary. No, because I've already have a perfectly good copy of it, but I do want that 4K.
There's nothing wrong with the 25th anniversary. Yeah, Jarbo, I didn't buy any other ones after that because I'm like, these discs are good enough. There's no reason.
Well, I'll put it to you. Well, but then again, like I'll sell myself out here. In 2003, I got the Indiana Jones DVD set when that first dropped. 2013, I bought the Blu-ray set of the entire collection, and I've already pre-ordered the 4K set, which comes out in just a couple weeks. So yeah, you could sell me any Indiana Jones on any format, and I will buy it. That's just what's going to happen. So give me your money.
Somebody in the chat room that's named Matt Jarbo's huge dinner plate nipples.
Oh yeah. I think yeah.
Oh my.
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Yes.
I might have to do a stream later and have you come on.
Matt Jarbo's huge dinner plate size nipples.
Yeah, I think that's ball sack.
Is it?
That's much better.
much better. Yes.
No, Willie. It was Tom Hanks ball sack 69 he or something. Is that his full name?
Yeah. Tom Hanks ball sack 69 he. I always loved it when he gave a super chat because he knew I had to read his name. But I don't know, man. I'll watch it. I like the show, man. I enjoyed the show. So, he's like, yep, it's him.
Called it. No, and that's the thing. And that's the thing with like fandoms, right? Like we'll buy whatever, Like I thought about it today, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gonna buy Zack Snyder's Justice League when I can get my hands on it in 4K. Like I'm gonna add it to my collection. Because that's what we do.
Missing Green Lantern scene in there.
That won't be in there.
Maybe
that'll be
someone will edit it.
Snyder cut. That'll be in the next Snyder cut.
Release the Wayne T. Carr driveway cut. That's gonna be.
Maybe they'll, the physical Blu-ray is gonna come out soon. Maybe they'll put that in as a deleted scene.
No,
to encourage people to buy physical copies of it.
This is Warner Brothers home media we're talking about here. Like they're not.
It might not even get. I'm telling you guys, it might not even get a physical release in the United States. That's how much Warner Brothers hates. That's why I'm saying they might. Yeah, it's in the UK. They're not. But if you notice, there's been no announcement of when it's coming out in the US. So
that's all right, as long as we get a Plastic Man. That's what I want. Give me the Plastic Man movie. Come on now. Tim Possible here with a $2 super chat. Raylos are weird, but hit me up. Enosh hit. But hit Enosh up though. Oh well, hey, I got a woman.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. Hashtag Raylo Lives Matter. We need to stop marginalizing those shippers. They have the right to exist like everybody. No. I've run afoul of some weird ass Raylos.
Yeah, when I saw Rise of Skywalker in the theater, there were some Raylos sitting in front of me and Raylos sitting behind me, and they literally said in unison when Kylo and Rey kissed, they literally both said at the same time. I don't know how they did this. They were like, Oh, it's all we ever wanted. I was like,
That was me. That was
oh
me.
my
I'm
god,
sorry.
dude, I couldn't believe it. I wish I could have recorded it. I'm like, it's insane.
Oh well, no, I mean, like I get it, like because the thing is, like when they tried arguing that was a platonic kiss, I'm like my left nut. There's no way that's a platonic kiss. Like that was like listen, if you
is that the sequel to My Left Foot?
Yeah, it is. Daniel Day-Lewis is going to come back and portray my testicles.
Well, it was like when Leia kissed Luke in Empire Strikes Back. That was a platonic kiss too. Remember, brother and sister.
Well, in the end, in Empire, that kiss was to mess with Han. So it was still platonic.
Didn't know, and they didn't. Yeah, I mean, but yeah.
So they were doing their thing there, obviously. But it's like this wasn't that. This wasn't like there was build up to that. You know. Yeah. And it was like, but I loved John Boyega's response to that on Insta when he's like, at the end of the day, it's all about who's laying pipe.
Yeah, he got in trouble for the comment too.
It's like, dude, I mean, that movie, Rise of Skywalker is,
no.
I mean, like, I hate
weird part though. That in the Lego Star Wars holiday special, they're setting up kind of like this dynamic Finn and Rey. Yeah, and like Rey was training Finn to be a Jedi. So it's like, what's going on?
I will say this though. I really liked the Lego holiday special.
Me too.
I really enjoyed it. I watched it like 5 times. I really enjoyed it. And I thought I was gonna hate it, but I really liked it. So
by the way, Kiki Sphincter, yes, we saw it and we actually talked about it already. So yes, thank you for sending it to me. I do appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys who send me stuff like that to make sure that I see stuff. Thank you so much. But yeah, we talked about it a little bit already and went kind of over it. Yes, Tim, Luke enjoyed that kiss. I would have enjoyed that kiss, man. Like, the only part that I don't get about that whole thing with Luke and Leia is like in Return of the Jedi when he's all like, "You, Leia, you're my sister," and she's like, for your Emmy consideration. I know. Somehow, I've always known.
Well, if you've always known, then why did you kiss him like
Thank
that?
you. Yeah, then why did you make out with him? Like, why did you grab his face? Why did you grab his face?
I think Leia's kind of sus.
Listen, there's a simple answer to this. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
No, there's a simple answer to this.
No, that's a callback joke. That's a great callback joke.
That was great.
That's a good one.
So when we watched the theatrical versions on Saturday and we did our watch party all day, that's when we just kept coming back because like that's the first thing Luke says about her when he sees the hologram is she's beautiful. And every time we'd see her or like somebody would come in and say something to Princess Leia on the panel, we'd go, she's beautiful. Like Vader comes in that first time to interrogate her. Vader comes in. You're beautiful. Tarkin sees her, holds her chin. Beautiful. Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. I'm sorry, you'd have to be there. It was pretty hilarious. So.
That was a fun time.
That was a great callback, RJ.
Thank you.
So, hey, Junkman, did you see this?
Oh, is it out yet? I didn't even know it was out yet.
Yeah, man, I got one. I got it from GameStop.
Heck is that?
So this guy right here, Jackson, is an old Marvel Comics Star Wars character that they actually made a figure of.
Wait, he's a Marvel Comics Green Rabbit? What the heck?
Yeah, yes. From early Marvel.
That's awesome. I completely forgot about that character. Wow.
Yeah, it was
Talk
very early
about
on.
nostalgia.
Like
Talk
Donnie
about
Darko.
nostalgia, Enosh. Oh my God.
Lucas hated him. I'm surprised
Yeah.
Lucas would have never allowed that.
Yeah, I was shocked when I heard that they were actually going to make him.
His face looks a little different from the cartoon.
Yeah, it doesn't
version.
look like
Look
a
at
comic book figure. I wish they'd done it better. I mean, it's cool and everything, but I just was hoping for a little bit better when I heard about
It
it.
looks like one of the kangaroos from that Masters of Virtue movie from the 90s.
Where did you get it? Where'd you get it, Enosh?
I pre-ordered it at GameStop, so they should be showing up at GameStop sometime.
Oh, that means you pay double the price for it, right?
Wow.
No, my GameStop is actually really good.
Really?
You know what? It's actually been cheaper. I cancel a lot of stuff that I pre-order from other places because GameStop ends up having them cheaper.
It's been there a while.
Yeah. My GameStop has been awesome. Like, and I've kind of gotten to know everybody there, and like it's almost been like cheers for me. I walk in and they're like Enosh, and I'm
it's a little dusty already.
So what, you walk in like Norm?
Yeah, I walk in like normal.
Oh, okay, that's not dust.
Yeah,
That's
the
not-
design.
I thought that was dust.
Yeah,
That's
the
No,
box
GameStop's amazing for toy collectors. Honestly, they have a lot of great stuff at GameStop.
It's funny how they're called GameStop.
We need
yeah,
to
but
movie
they
stop there.
got to diversify their sales. Okay.
Well, yeah, what sales? I mean, like they've gone.
That box is dope. I'm
Isn't
just
this box cool?
In all honesty,
That is
wow, that's awesome.
a lot of
Yeah.
detail.
So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
pretty cool.
I thought you might like that.
That's
and
real
and I
dope.
and I also I showed this. I got a red tornado action figure.
Ooh, look at that twist.
Heck yeah.
That's the Macarena right there.
It's already a million times better than the version we got on Supergirl.
Do you think he does
Right?
Pilates?
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Okay. So speaking of nostalgia, we finally got our first look at Masters of the Universe. You guys see this?
Something
boy,
I know.
oh boy,
about.
oh boy.
Yeah, Junkman's
No,
like,
man.
finally.
Junkman, I got to give it to you, bro. I'm glad that you stick it out, man, because we'll get to the stuff that you know.
I was like, next time I'm gonna look at the topic before I click that link button.
I had stuff for you. That's why I invited you, man, because I knew that there was stuff here for you. But yeah, so we got our first look at Masters of
my
the
God.
The
Universe.
animation
If
looks
you
Joey
read this
He-Man is
article,
woke.
no, this is supposed to be the continuation of the original original He-Man cartoon. He says right in the interview, it's picking up right where that left off. This is going to be the furthest thing from that. Wow.
Yeah, I don't see how. I don't know why he said that because that old show was so corny and cheesy. It's no way it's gonna pick up.
Oh my God, that old show had
Great.
some really amazing undertones in it that if you really dig, you're gonna. I mean, that's what I'm hoping this does. I'm hoping this digs in and picks up on a lot of that since it's going to continue.
I have a
directly
question
from
about
it.
this. Is
By the way,
Kevin-
Silent. Hold on just a second, RJ. I'll get back to it. Silent says Enosh is one of those people that always finds the stuff and is confused that it's not that way for everyone. GameStops here aren't bad, but they have nothing ever. Look, most of the stuff I get at GameStop, I pre-order. Actually,
Yeah, that
from
explains why you're able to
GameStop,
get
but I know those guys, and they usually get everything for me. Like literally, I walked into GameStop yesterday to go pick this up, and my guy there, I mean, he's a big DC fan, he's a big Star Wars fan, so he knows that I'm looking for.
So it's like a comic book shop in your long box.
It
They
is.
always have
It
your
is,
stuff
man.
right behind the counter.
Yeah,
for you.
dude, it's pretty awesome because like I've known all the managers, the last two managers that have worked there, I know, and but this guy's a DC fan, so he knows that I'm going in there looking for DC stuff, Star Wars stuff, and GI Joe, and so they keep me like pre-ordered, man. And I know I get it. No store has anything nowadays. Like nobody's carrying anything nowadays. It's freaking ridiculous. Anyway,
Unless you want a He-Man and a Skeletor,
right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my Walmart is packed to the
You know,
gills
they've been doing
with He-Man and Skeletor.
They've been doing wrestling versions of old Masters of the Universe toys. They have a line where it's like parodying the Masters of the Universe characters. It's actually really cool.
Now, what were you saying?
I got He-Man.
Yeah,
and
I was just
Skeletor.
wondering. So I know Kevin Smith is producing this. Is he writing the episodes? Like, what's his role in all this?
He's a showrunner.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the showrunner. Okay, so
Yeah.
he's like actually in charge of like
Yeah,
creative
he's
vision of the show.
That's why every time Clownfish TV tries to like dunk on him in the show, which they've done twice now.
They're probably so embarrassed by this. This show looks amazing.
Nah, they
crapping on
double
him for
down.
months.
Keep in mind, this is Fandom Menace. They always double down.
Mm-hmm.
But he's called them out twice now.
Weren't they saying that? Sorry, I'm not very well versed in Master of the Universe. One of the female characters are going to be like the true lead, not He-Man.
Tila, I don't know. That's
No, that's not true. It's gonna be He-Man.
It's a rumor. It's a rumor,
yeah,
but
they keep saying that.
But here's
Tila's the
but here's
main
the thing. So
character.
you got that picture right of He-Man. You got this picture of He-Man right
That looks
here.
amazing, dude.
Yeah, you got He-Man.
It's
Yellow.
updated. It's updated. It's an updated version of the original Filmation cartoon.
Yeah. Do you guys know who's voicing Skeletor? It's Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Mark Hamill. Yeah, Mark Hamill is Skeletor. Lena Headey is Evil Lynn. Sarah Michelle Gellar as Tila, and Tila is the character that you're talking about. Alicia Silverstone is Queen Marlena.
Sold. I'm
Kevin
sold.
Conroy.
Kevin Conroy is Merman.
Oh my God, that's
Alan
amazing.
Oppenheimer is now in the role of Moss Man.
Oh my God,
They got the original Skeletor.
Wait, who's
voice
voicing
actor.
He-Man? Who's voicing He-Man?
Chris Wood. Chris Wood.
Who's Chris Wood?
he was on Supergirl. He played one of the Kryptonians on Supergirl.
Oh, So remarkable.
Yeah, I saw a cast list on IMDb.
Remarkable.
For real.
Like,
That was a low key blow right there. But I mean,
Yeah.
look at this. This
no,
looks
what
like
can
an
I
up-
say?
I know.
they got Susan Eisenberg. They got Wonder Woman in this.
This is gonna be amazing. I honestly, this looks fantastic. I mean,
I just love the
especially
way Skeletor looks.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
Wait, am I gonna have to watch He-Man to remember what happened?
They'll probably do like a recap.
Well,
episode
yeah,
or
they're probably just
something.
okay. So remember this picture here of Prince Adam because I want to
Oh,
come back. I want to
perfect.
come back to this. I want to come back to this because I want to ask you guys your thoughts. Okay, so here's Tila. This is the character RJ that you were talking about. That like they're
Okay.
saying, oh, it's all going to be about Tila.
They're gonna say that this is
Oh.
woke because look how buff she is. They're gonna say they woke a fighter because they made her
right,
too buff.
but look at this. So that's the only picture. Look at Moss Man here. Moss Man looks awesome. Look at Beast Man for God's sake.
oh, Beast Man. looks
They got
wonderful.
Kevin Michael Richardson.
just like
Dude.
how I remember him, man.
Well, I mean, dude, it's not hard to get Kevin Michael Richardson.
I know, but I love seeing him pop up and stuff.
Like
He's
I've
very
been
much
watching
out there.
Boss Baby on Netflix, and he plays Jimbo in every episode of 4 seasons. You know,
Dude, look at Orko.
Like-
So there's
I'm just saying,
Orko. There's
I love the
Orko.
guy-
Orko, man.
That. Oh.
Andra
Orko's
looked
evil?
like
Was he evil in the cartoon? The one from
no,
30 years ago?
no.
He was just a bit of a mess in the original cartoon.
It's awful menacing there.
Yeah,
You'd make a lot of
Yeah,
make
it
a
looks
lot of
like- it
mistakes.
looks
Now
lot
it does
more
bring up the
intimidating.
question. It does bring up the question: why is Tila standing here with Evil Lynn? And there's like another female here. So it's like 3 women here and Roboto.
I
And
can't believe they got Lena Headey to be Evil Lynn. That's crazy.
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Jason Mewes
She's
is the
perfect
stunt
for
guy.
it.
What was
you
that,
saying,
Jugman?
Jugman?
Jason Mewes, from Jay from Silent Bob.
Yeah.
He's the stunt guy.
Oh, really?
Unco? I
Yeah,
can't
and they
remember
said
his name.
Harley Quinn Smith is going to be in the show too.
Yeah, so they're going to get in there.
Oh, heck
I'm just
yeah.
I'm just waiting for Ralph Garman to show up in some unrelated role. Oh, you guys
crazy.
aren't. You guys aren't.
Now-
Kevin
okay.
Smith
Now,
fans.
So-
Tila had a lot to do with the Castle Grayskull story.
Yes.
Sure.
That's why if they bring that up, they're gonna say, "Oh, it's because she's a woman," but she really on the old show had a lot to do.
She had a lot to do in the old show. That's very
Yeah,
true.
and I think a lot of the Phantom Menace is gonna forget that or act like
Yeah.
No,
Well,
they just
yeah.
need to go back. They just need to go back to the old show then, because
Well, why
she
was
very
Clownfish going
pivotal.
so hard at the show?
Well-
Was it because they didn't
well-
like the She-Ra cartoon?
Well, but hold on. But Jugman brings up a great point because like Tila, she was also when they made her figure, like when it came to like the comics and the lore that they put together, and I'm sure Junkman, I'm sure you got a video about this. Because do you have a video covering this?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, talking today?
No,
new
no,
stuff?
no. I was just saying in general. Do you have a video covering some of the lore of this? Because I can imagine
No.
that would be a video that you would have.
No, yeah.
There you go. There you go. Well, there's an idea.
Right.
But no, in the original comic books and stuff like that they put together for this in the lore of Masters of the Universe, like she even had a whole different outfit where she was called the Goddess, and she was kind of like a mixture. Like some of them like kind of played with the idea of like her being a mix of the sorceress. Like she had like these powers, but they didn't really expand upon that in the cartoon a lot. It was kind of left purpose.
Didn't they hint in the cartoon that she was the daughter of the sorceress?
If I remember
Yes.
right,
Well, they look like they're about the
Yes.
same age.
Her and Man
Yeah.
at Arms got it on? I didn't see that.
Yes, so.
hey, go Man at Arms, man. Go Man at Arms. But
Well,
no,
did you guys check out the She-Ra show on Netflix at all though?
No,
You
it's
guys
horrible.
watched that?
no, I
Never
didn't
did
watch
see
it.
it.
It's horrible.
No, I
What?
didn't watch it.
Stay away from it.
I
Now-
mean, I
now,
watched it. It was fine. I
Netflix
didn't
has got
hate
two.
it.
Netflix has got 2 He-Man shows coming on.
Yes.
2 cartoons.
Yes.
So I'm curious if it's going to confuse some people, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Wait, they're making 2? I thought it was just
Yeah,
one.
no, they're making. Yeah, Junkman's right. They're making 2. This one is the Kevin Smith one. That's the continuation of the original.
Yeah,
And then they're
more
making.
adult.
And we don't know what the other one is.
Yeah, that one's supposed to be more.
The other
Yeah,
one's
is it-
probably going to be more like the She-Ra cartoon that they
Well,
have.
well, keep in mind that Sony also sold He-Man the movie to Netflix, and that was supposed to star Noah Centineo, and just last week he dropped from the project.
Yes.
Because I'm
Thank
like, you look at
God.
that guy, and you're like, how? Like, this is where The Rock should just like don
Yeah.
a little blonde wig and go, let's do it. And I think everyone
How's
in
he
the
gonna
world,
play Prince Adam though.
The Rock.
Just have the
Good
Rock.
John Cena.
In the cartoon,
Yeah.
he looked just like He-Man.
Yeah, he was. I'm
I'm
Prince
just saying,
Adam.
yeah, this has got to be a different Sojin Prince Adam.
So that's
He-Man,
okay.
though.
So that's the question I wanted to ask you guys, because I got into this interesting conversation with a guy on in Junkman's Facebook page, and I don't think this guy liked me too much. But we got into this interesting discussion about Prince Adam. Okay, do you think that Prince Adam was portrayed because this guy's like Prince Adam looks all soy here, whatever.
Do they have like a dictionary? Do they have like
that
list?
term. That term.
They
don't
These
even
are
know what that word
these are
means.
people that are not. These are Enosh. These are people that are not He-Man fans. Because if you're a He-Man fan, you understand that Prince Adam is the weak alter ego. It's an act. So you understand that if you're a He-Man fan. So if people going around saying that Prince Adam is soy, they don't know the character.
Well, all I
Clearly.
said was Prince Adam was portrayed as being weak, childish, lazy, scared. He was portrayed as that. And like this guy's like, you haven't watched the cartoon. And I'm like,
What?
dude, he's like, well, he would run away, but he'd run away to turn into He-Man. Well, exactly. But like even his dad was disappointed in him.
Yes.
Because he wanted him to be this manly man, and he was not a manly man. I mean, that they even put him in purple and pink back in the 80s, for God's sake, when that meant, that
I believe that, but that was a metaphor for literal AIDS back then.
Oh dear God!
It was
Wow, dude.
it was a metaphor. It was a metaphor. It's not real.
I came in at the wrong time.
Oh my
Hi,
God!
Saggy.
Oh my God!
Wow. Hello.
Saggy, do you like?
I don't
He-Man?
think He-Man was going that deep, Matt.
Look,
Dear
man,
Lord.
art imitates life.
He-Man,
All right, you
He-Man
have a
is
twink
going
wearing
down.
purple and pink in the 80s who was a bit of a partier, hung out with someone like called Man at Arms, all right? I'm just telling you,
We've seen the meme.
like there's
think
a
it
bunch
was
of rainbow. Look
purple.
at
I
this
think
image
he
here.
has
He is in
This
front
is
of a
the
rainbow.
greatest picture of Prince Adam. It's perfect. It personifies the character. That's how you know, Matt Jarbo, that they're going to get it right. That's how you know that they're going to do
I know
it the way it is.
I am trying to make a connection between the original He-Man and the AIDS epidemic. Okay,
Skeletor always had a bone.
Skeletor was. Think about it. Think what happens. What happens when you get AIDS? You die,
Oh my
right?
goodness.
Your immune
no,
system.
no.
Your immune
No.
system
No, wait,
can't
hold
handle
on.
it.
No,
They told me the entire He-Man
no.
series
So
was
Skeletor was the after effect, right, man?
What I'm saying is
my.
what I'm saying is like
Bad
here's
Matt
what
Jarbo.
happens. Here's
Bad
what
Matt
happens
Jarbo.
when HIV becomes full blown.
That's dog.
What the? There goes Santa. So, anyways,
I love the chat. They're like, oh no, you went too far. Like I could go a lot. I could go a lot further.
I heard there was a clip Enosh had that I need to
There's been
see.
multiple clips.
Yes.
I was late.
You know what, folks? I let him in.
I blame the Poindexter Lounge 100%.
If you guys want me to go, I'll go. I have no problem with that. That's fine.
No, you're good.
I can still call Enosh out for eating the meat. And he'd look at, well, you ate the meat too. Okay, but that still doesn't negate the fact you also ate the freaking meat.
Good job, Saggy.
Hey.
Thank you, Seigi.
I'm so trying to understand that reference.
Was I wrong though?
Wait, hold on. When did Enosh eat the meat?
Yeah.
Was it back in the 1980s while watching He-Man?
Oh dear God!
I was calling out Enosh for eating meat. Okay.
Oh my.
He said we were.
She made this horrible reference earlier that like if her and I were vegans and I accused her of eating the meat, but I ate the meat myself, and I didn't even know where it went from there. Like I just
trying to make a
screen-recorded it.
comparison to
I just
something.
I just rewound and screen recorded it because she started talking about eating the meat, and
I
I don't know.
was making a comparison about hypocrisy, and if
Well, let me hold on. Let me just say with Stella, I'm not trying to make a joke about people getting HIV or AIDS. Mostly, my joke was about the epidemic in the '80s and how no one took it seriously, and how people would ultimately try to like overplay their hand on that one because we see that all the time in activism. That's what it was. Just to explain. So I'm not. Yeah, no, I would not trying to minimize people being sick.
I mean, and Jarbo starting trouble.
Oh, are you kidding me? Like, oh yeah, all the time.
Matt Jarbo. I just remember I did a video and I mentioned Matt Jarbo and he commented on it. And then like three people jump in. There's that Matt Jarbo. If anybody talks about it, he'll find it on the internet.
You tagged me. You tagged me.
I told him. I did tell him. I
like, that's not me name searching myself. Like, he literally added me on Twitter and he's like, I mentioned you. And I'm like, now I got to go see it. And it was like,
that's hilarious. People get mad when he responds, even though when he gets tagged.
Oh, no. What's funny is the people who get mad are generally the ones that I know that Junkman was trying to trigger in that video. They don't have cognitive thought, right? They just have cognitive dissonance. That's all they have. And so, yeah, obviously this is all going to go over their heads, which I thought the video was really good too. So
I lost like 7 subs and people were like,
I just want to clarify.
He missed the whole point of the video.
I just want to clarify for anyone who's thinking about making a Matt Jarbo video, don't. There is no clout to be had for doing so. Thank you.
No, it's not August 2018, man. Like, you missed your window. You have to go back to August 2018. That's when it was prime algorithmic gold. Now it's just dead. Much like my YouTube career.
Imagine getting a time machine and going too far back to clout chase Matt Jarbo, and you missed it before he blew up, and you were just like, everyone's, who the hell's Matt Jarbo?
Yeah. That's weird.
Sag, I have a question for you. Are you into He-Man at all?
Not really. I like She-Ra.
Do you like? Okay, so do you like the new She-Ra on Netflix?
I'm afraid to answer that question.
Hey, listen, answer it honestly, because I like that show.
I mean, honestly, I thought it was a cute show. I know there were people who had issues with it, but I liked the show. I thought it was an interesting take on She-Ra. It actually made me care about She-Ra.
Original?
I have seen the original.
Okay.
I've seen the original.
That's all I wanted to know.
I did see the original. I do know that the changes, like, honestly, I think the character design was a little better in the new one. I didn't like the character design in the old one when you look back on it. I think there was some.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Catra being an actual cat was actually cool. She was a cute character. I liked it. But I mean, He-Man was okay. I watched it when I was a kid, and it's like.
Well, do you like the Castlevania show on Netflix or Blood of Zeus?
Oh, Castlevania is amazing.
Yeah, the season 4.
This is the same animation company.
From what they've been talking about, possibly doing the next Castlevania, they may do an adaptation of Symphony of the Night. I mean,
if that happens, dude, that's gonna be like such big money for Netflix, dude.
God.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited for this only because I know Netflix is doing really, really well with a lot of their adaptions and stuff and a lot of their original series. So I do think this will be good just because.
Yeah. Actually, I was wondering about this. Is this going to be like more adult centric, or like it's going to be like any kind of?
It's going to be more. It's going to be more adult centric. It's going to be more adult centric, but it's going to be a continuation of the original show from the 80s.
I'm just wondering if it's
not the reboot that they did back in 2002.
Yeah,
does that mean we're going to actually, get down to business?
Wait, what?
Well,
I don't understand half the time where this stuff goes.
If you look at Saggy,
After Dark.
I don't know. There have been He-Man comic books in recent years that have been pretty adult and pretty dark. So I just
look at that man's costume.
Before I was old enough to date, I'd already experienced a dozen glorious romances.
You can't tell me by looking at this man's costume that if you're gonna have him a little bit mature, you can't have this man walking around like that.
He's got nipples. I'll give him that.
He looks.
I think I should play him.
Did
With more
He-Man
hair.
have a love? Did He-Man have a love interest in the original cartoon? Or like
No,
potentially?
not really.
Not
It
really.
was- they
Not really.
it-
Tila
they
was
kinda-
kind
Tila-
of.
yeah. They were kind of leaning towards it. They would drop hints. I'm pretty sure that if they do have a romance now, that's what it would be. It would be He-Man and Tila.
I think that relationship was like a will they, won't they thing, though.
No, Tila was side bitch. Call up 3 o'clock in the morning.
Junkman, who was the main one?
Evil Lynn. That's why he called it Evil Lynn. She liked to get spanked and everything.
No, the main one's that.
I don't remember that
He man
episode.
a pimp. He got all the hoes.
Evil Lynn was really interesting. Yeah.
little thing that.
I never.
We're
mind.
getting you demonetized tonight.
There's always some point where your show goes south, you know. You just never know what point.
Thank you, Bruce, for the tree fitty, for the Loch Ness Monster as usual. By the way, go check out Jenner Custom Toys on YouTube. He did a video where he took over the Poindexter Lounge with his puppet version of Carl from Sling Blade. And
Puppet. Yeah, I love Puppet.
His puppet. Yeah. So go check that out. Jenner Custom Toys. He did the same thing to Junkman. He took over Junkman's
creepy. it was fucking creepy. That puppet thing is it's hard to look at. It's creepy.
Junkman, I'm loving that Pac-Man in the background.
Oh, Miss Pac-Man. I have the high score on it. Although I'm the only one that plays it.
It's easy to have the high score on it, isn't it?
Yeah, again, that we're living in a time.
Hey, he's a champ. He's a
guys,
champ.
does
I'm
that
good at
not
Miss
does that
Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man arcade machine not underscore what I've been saying? Where we're living in a time where it's essentially just nostalgia overload. I mean,
I've got a mini arcade now. I've got 5 upright games now. I've got the arcade one version or the 1-up version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that has a 2 Turtles game on it. I've got the Star Wars game. I've got this 301 that's got.
Do you have Mortal Kombat?
It's got Tron. No, I don't have the Mortal Kombat one yet, but I've got the Tron. It's got Tron. It's got like pretty much it's got 300 different games. So it's got a bunch of Atari games. It's got a bunch of Super Nintendo games. It's got all Super Nintendo versions of Star Wars. So it's got Super Star Wars, Super Empire, and Super Return of the Jedi.
You're talking about the At Games one, the one that has all the 16 that has all the old 16-bit games on it.
It's got 300 games on it total.
Yeah.
You could download more games on it and stuff. And I guess you can stream from it.
Yeah,
I haven't figured that out yet.
You're talking about. You're talking about the At Games Legends.
And then I've got my Superman upright game that plays the John Williams music, and you could play as Superman Red or Superman Blue.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I finally got that fixed. And then I've got my original dedicated Miss Pac-Man that like the full size Miss Pac-Man, but I put the special thing in where there's like 64 games in it. So I've got like all those.
Wait a minute. I just realized something. That dude Vince, you were in my Twitch stream and my man's over here was like, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go work in the morning. This is like an hour ago. This man's over here. I see you.
Because that dude Vince, man, like he's on our side.
Kind of say, Enosh, I'm adding you to my list of people to rob.
Williams in first place right now.
Yeah,
I'm on that
list.
There's
a Star Wars pinball machine out too.
Oh, dude, you know what I want? I want that 90s Data East Star Wars pinball.
Yeah.
Dude, I spent so many quarters in that stupid thing, man, down at my 7-Eleven. Like, I swear.
I love pinball.
Oh, man, I love that game. Ryan here with a $5 super chat says, welcome back to another episode of Matt Jarbo's Looking Too Deep Into Things, brought to you by Peanut Butter AIDS. Do you get that reference? Do you get that reference? The AIDS reference there?
No, actually.
It's a horrible 80s. It wasn't a candy. It was a dietary supplement called AIDS. And
it made you lose weight.
You can find the commercial on YouTube, and it's seriously like, whoa. Like when they're talking about, it's like lose weight with AIDS. And it's like,
oh no.
And it's in the 80s.
Oh my God! Talk about horrible marketing.
talk about like, can you imagine the look on like their board's face or whatever for that company, or you know what I mean, or like they're advertising people when it's like, oh,
but they're not wrong though.
Think about, man, we growing up in that era when AIDS was just coming about, and we were just finding out about it. they treated people with AIDS like garbage, man.
I know. I
mean,
know.
Like,
they
it was
treated-
like a plague, yeah.
Yeah, but it was more than that. I mean, it was something added to how they treated people with AIDS. I remember with the kid with the hemophiliac that they wouldn't allow into school. He was basically right around our age, and they would not
Oh
let
yeah,
him
you're
in school.
talking
He ended up
about. I
Ryan-
think you're talking
and,
about Ryan White. Yeah.
Ryan White. And when you got it, it was a death sentence at that point. We were growing up with it. It's not like it is now. Now you get it. You still don't want to get it, but there's treatment for the cocktail. But back then, when you got it, it was literally you were timed out. And then
nobody knew. You know, nobody. There was so much weird information out back. You know,
get toilet seats. I mean, it was all kinds of just. It's just awful the way people treated people back then. Man.
Oh, it's sad. It's very sad.
As they were dying with this, they were getting treated like trash. That was always something that really bothered. Even to this day, it's like wow, because we don't think about it as much because I know people now that have had AIDS since the 90s, and because of the medication, they're living. There's no definite.
Yeah, there's better treatments now.
Yeah, but just when I was growing up in the 80s, man, I mean, Rock Hudson. I mean, it was just not only were you having to fight this disease, you were being treated like sub garbage. It was so sad.
Well, and because it also proliferated in the LGBT community, mainly the gay community, that was where people were trying to also like lump in homophobia with it as well. And because I remember being like, like I was in elementary school, like late 80s and whatnot. Like I remember like those PSAs of no, it's okay to sit with someone who has AIDS, and it's like all of this it was literal deprogramming, of like all this craziness. And so look, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to turn this into, I was making a really horrible joke, so I apologize for derailing things, but hey, let's watch the AIDS commercial.
So Obi-Wan, there was the South Park episode too, though, where Jared he had people helping him, so he had AIDS who were helping him, and they made that they made a thing. But yeah, this was the I remember the first time I saw this.
I was overweight and looked terrible, but AIDS helped me lose 46 pounds. The AIDS diet plan helped me lose 28 pounds.
AIDS helps control your appetite.
No.
This is
No.
terrible.
No.
AIDS is not a stimulant.
AIDS helped me to lose 18 pounds, and it doesn't contain anything to make me nervous.
Question: why take diet pills when you can enjoy AIDS? AIDS helps you lose weight without.
Man.
Now, in all fairness, as horrible as that is, that was 1983.
Yeah.
What we knew, we hadn't really associated AIDS to that.
Yeah.
There were
that
so
came
many
out.
other different names to it before it even started being called AIDS. And then it was years after that before it even reached the general public. I mean, it was just, it was just something that was causing, people to get real sick and die. And then it was immunodeficiency. And like I said, it was the mid 80s to where it was like, it was Rock Hudson. And I remember it was Rock Hudson dying of it, which was really what brought the general public from like ignoring it to like, wow, this is something big. And then Freddie Mercury came down with it. And like I said, back then when somebody came down with it, you had speculation, but there was no way to confirm. And Freddie Mercury worked all the way up until the day he died, literally. If you look at the video, These Are the Days of Our Lives, look at they literally are having to put makeup on him because of lesions of his skin, but he refused to stop working. And they finished Innuendo, I think, within weeks of him passing away. And I'm like,
when was that commercial? 83?
83. And like I said, we didn't know
died at 85, so I was like,
well, didn't Eazy-E's death like also severely impact like the African American
Black community? Yes.
Yeah,
amongst
like
the
it
Black
really
community, because the problem with back then, it was a lot of Eazy-E was very promiscuous. He was partying. He didn't really believe in safe sex, and he got it. And then 3 weeks after he got it, he was gone. And that sent a clarion call out to folks that you can't, you got to take this seriously.
What is it? Wait, 3 weeks after he got it, or that he was diagnosed?
3 weeks after he was diagnosed, he was gone.
Why we still talk about AIDS?
So that means he probably had it. He
could have had it for quite a while.
Yeah,
and just
he would have had to have it for quite a while. Or I mean, if it's the immunity, I mean, it all just depends. But I mean, I remember that and like Freddie Mercury and stuff, being like the kid in the 80s and 90s, that was a big thing with like a lot of our education, a lot of the health cover, the healthcare set that we learned about was, like, it was wild. Thinking back on it now, it feels like so different from the world we live in. Like I just went to a movie and I had to wear my mask the entire time, so I wouldn't get sick or get other people sick. Do
you not eat popcorn?
Oh no, I did eat popcorn. I bought me a popcorn. I was not going to pass that up.
Yeah, I was
the Richard in the chat sent me this. Those are his. That's his artwork.
Beautiful.
And,
that's nice. Cool. Wow, that is awesome.
There you go. That's what
I don't know what this comment is about to you, Saggy, but it's a $5 super chat from Tim Possible, who says, "Saggy, where is Eddie? Right, meow. I heard about the drama. Sorry to hear, but maybe you should play Fortnite and build him a sense of humor. LOL."
I hear Minecraft to be better.
It's just a reference to something that happened on my Twitch. Eddie's fine. There's really no drama. Yeah, there's really no drama. I love Eddie to death. I think he took a break and is doing whatever he's doing, maybe playing some games. But no, it's all good. There's nothing but love for Eddie. Everybody's got some drama, but it's how we handle it at the end of the day. We all communicate pretty good. So if you ever see any drama, it's not going to be a long-lasting drama. I think everybody here, we're all good friends. We all communicate pretty well when there's drama. So
heck yeah. But no, the Richard, man, this is really cool stuff, man. This is really awesome.
That is beautiful.
I have a question for RJ before he leaves.
Yeah, because I gotta go in a second because I have my dentist appointment tomorrow.
No, RJ, we're not letting you go, man. You're stuck in here with us, man. You're not going anywhere.
I'm not locked in here with you. That's it. You're locked in here with me.
So that mean you guys are gonna front the dentist bill?
Ooh.
You stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerve herder.
Aren't you on your parents' insurance?
I don't have dental insurance, no.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah.
Are you anywhere near Mexico?
Maybe. We'll see.
What? No, I lived in San Diego forever, man. Like you go over to TJ and you go get cheaper dental work. It's not a dig. It's actually like good stuff.
It's just a wisdom tooth thing. So.
Oh, wait. Are you getting it taken out?
Maybe, I don't know. It's been
all one or all four?
Days. I have no clue. It's probably.
Do them all at once.
Do them all at once, man. Yeah, I almost died during that surgery, but yeah, do it. You get Vicodin.
Yeah, I almost died during that surgery. But go ahead and do the whole thing. Already.
Well, no, for me, what? Okay, so look, I'll tell you. Yeah. No, they did all four at once, but I stopped breathing 3 times during the operation.
It goes any better.
And so they had to revive me 3 times, and on the last time they woke me up, and they didn't do a local anesthetic. I was completely out, and I woke up and I was groggy, and I heard the dentist go, "Oh, he's awake. Pull the tooth." And so I felt them. I mean, imagine coming out of like this, like a knocked out state, and like you're what, and then you just hear him say that, and then they grab a pair of pliers and they yank the tooth out.
Oh my.
And and I felt it, and I felt.
Get to the chopper!
Pretty much.
Yeah, because all the pain's on like the left side of my mouth, so I don't know what they're gonna do. So
yeah, my wisdom tooth came out. They only took 1. I still have the other 3. But my question for you is, did you buy one of my T-shirts?
No, not yet. I was probably gonna try and do it.
Somebody did. I was like,
is it a T-shirt with Saggy Melons on it?
Yeah, it's because I told.
Oh, is that her OnlyFans?
No.
Oh my! Oh no!
Does this T-shirt look like I'm thinking this T-shirt looks like?
Oh, I'll show you. Hold on.
I told Saggy.
She's like, I'll show you my saggy melons, and I'm like, well, I mean, what did Ron White say? Once you've seen one woman naked, you kind of want to see the rest of them.
Oh, I'll show
you. Be an
you.
80-year-old biker chick who pulls them out. You're like, all right, that's good enough.
Your discussion advised now. We gotta put that prompt up.
Hey, speaking of wisdom teeth, though, RJ, dude, I got mine all pulled 24 hours before I got on the plane in Iraq.
Oh my! That's
and it was all local. They couldn't knock me out.
I actually did buy this T-shirt though, Saggy. So
I know you did.
Man, that is.
Wait, can you legally sell that T-shirt?
I don't know.
So RJ and Eddie both have this T-shirt, and so we literally went through this website. You don't even want to know.
There's like so many.
Every person you can
so
think of.
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much
Black
is-
Ops is here. Like
Hundreds of pages.
Like I can't even
of Brie Larson.
not
No,
not
just
just Brie
everyone.
Larson.
Oh.
It's like hold on a second. It's like everybody. Like
Anyone
you
you
got,
can
you got
think
The
of.
Rock, you got Donald Trump, Dwight Schrute, Michael
Oh,
Jackson over here. I mean, like
OJ.
OJ's there.
Oh, I
Wait,
didn't
hold on, hold
see
on,
the
hold on.
Biden
Custom-
one. I think they
custom
did that.
all over.
Psychic lady up there.
This is what we need to do. When we do Jeopardy, we need to
Oh, that Betty
get
White
the
shirt
Alec
is awesome.
Trebek shirt.
Wait, can you go back up for a second? Custom memorial all over print photo.
To the right. Who's that one right there? Right? Or you're my
Wait, isn't that the lady from Touched by an Angel?
Yeah, that's oh wow.
Betty White.
No, it's if you want to get like an rest in peace shirt,
These might be the ugliest shirts I've ever seen in my life.
What was her name? Clarette? Oh man. I
Yeah, that was a
show
long
was
time
great.
ago.
You get a mask?
Remember
Colin-
Highway to Heaven?
Yeah, wasn't that who was in that?
Michael
Michael
Landon.
Landon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's so many. There were so many
So,
people on
so
that.
is there a shirt with saggy melons on it? Is that where it was?
Oh no,
Hey,
I have my own.
You
So
can
I
make
have
a
it on the
custom
screen.
T-shirt. It's got to send a picture. So Saggy wanted to, she could actually make a T-shirt like this.
So
I'll
Aretha
pass.
Franklin, Tiger
Kind of
Woods,
afraid.
Danny DeVito. Get a Danny DeVito Backstreet
Yeah, but it's not
Boys.
even Danny DeVito at the bottom there. Look at that, the Danny DeVito one at the very bottom, the white guy.
No, that is.
No,
That
no,
is.
is that really him?
Yeah, that's
No,
him, dude.
no.
Yeah.
Look at the very. What's that?
Yeah.
Is that the bald
Yeah.
guy? No, go down,
Like
go
Bob
down.
Hoskins,
I know.
but it is
That's
him.
him.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That what is that from? Oh yeah, that's him. Okay, this is
That's
eyes.
him. Yeah, that's him.
I didn't realize how old Danny DeVito was. You know, you
He's
saw
like in
he's
his
up-
70s.
Been around forever.
He's
yeah.
timeless, man. He's timeless,
Great.
dude.
He ages like fine
Not
wine.
everybody can look like Kurt Russell.
True.
Well,
Yeah, what did we
figure
go
out how
through?
the
We
hell
went
he
through
does
like
it.
124
Dude,
of
I
those.
think
yeah.
I think we got to like 114 and then we just like stopped.
We're just
Yeah.
like
These cannot be legal.
Guy
These
Fieri,
cannot be
Guy
illegal.
Fieri.
Dolly Parton.
There's no
Cher.
fair use clause here.
I want the Nicolas Cage one.
Well, yeah. Where does it come out of? Like where
Phil
does
Collins.
Is there a Zack Snyder one?
No,
The
No.
Chad Kroger. No, there's no Zack Snyder, but the Chad Kroger one, man. Like, oh my.
Nickelback.
Hey man, respect the back.
I know.
I'm making a Michael French one. That's an inside joke. I don't know who's going to get it, but
Kid Rock.
No, there is no
Roger Federer.
saggy. I have my own selection of cool merch. Thank you.
Andy Reid.
Yes. And on
John
that
C.
note,
Riley.
Bye,
oh,
RJ.
man. And on that note, I'm gonna leave. Hopefully tomorrow they don't take out my wisdom teeth and I don't get knocked out for 3 days because Monday's my birthday and I'm not able to eat any birthday cake. I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh,
So,
Take a local anesthetic, man. You'll be okay.
You got
yeah.
it.
All right,
worry
guys. I'll
about
see you later.
Well, hey, good luck, man. Good luck. I hope.
Yeah, for
I hope
sure.
you're okay, buddy.
Thank-
Hope you're okay,
Good luck.
man. But yeah, no, this site was crazy.
Britney Spears, man.
Yeah.
Elton John. Tony Soprano. Oh, dude, I might get that one.
That show's awesome.
There's just so many. Like you literally just go down this rabbit hole of like, what the heck? Like
That's crazy.
Robert
Now, one of
Mueller.
these days, you're going to click on that site and it's going to be a 404 error because as soon as one lawsuit hits, that's got to be a bunch of lawsuits.
Steven
right
Tyler.
Yeah,
It's
I mean
dog.
they might. Yeah, the thing is like they could argue fair use in regards to like transformative works, but
Yeah.
they do use some photos that I guarantee you are like AP or Getty, and
The Rachel Maddow shirt.
well,
Oh.
as a Washingtonian liberal, I know what I'm getting for Christmas.
Is there a Lawrence O'Donnell shirt too? Oh,
I'll get that one for my dad.
Are we gonna get in the rabbit hole of looking through the t-shirts?
I know it's so crazy. There's just I mean you got Patrick Swayze, Michael Bolton. I want the Michael Bolton one.
Martin Luther King one's kind of cool.
Martin Luther
There's
King is
one here
cool.
for Carrie Underwood,
Keanu Reeves.
Tom Hanks. Oh my God.
no Perry
Wow,
King.
why am I looking at
There's an
this?
Enosh one. I thought. No.
Yeah, right. There's me.
The
Bob
Furrow.
Rock.
Yeah, it's Dr. Phil.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's just too many, man. You just it's never ending.
I don't know whether to be impressed or creeped out. Which one? Something's up there.
I love how I opened this can of worms.
But here's the segment.
All because of her saggy.
Yeah, this
Whatever.
is my shirt. So
All because of her saggy melons.
so yeah.
Okay, this isn't what I thought it would be. All right, well, I'm disappointed.
I have the mind your
This is
business.
not, that's like the guy who came in here one time and was like, I thought Mike Zero was going to be here. He's not. Bye.
I really like the Saggy Melon Shill T-shirt. That's cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
I like this
Saggy
shirt right
Melon's
here. That's a good shirt right there. That's a good shirt, Saggy. Appreciate
Yeah.
that shirt. That one's good.
I have the Mind Your
What in the
Business
hell?
and then the Personally Targeted and then the Saggy Melon Shield. And you can put it on a bag and then you got masks here and stickers.
Oh wow, okay.
Wow.
As cheap as possible, as humanly possible on this site. So they're not even that expensive. And I only get 50 cents per purchase. So there you go.
Wait, you only make 50?
Yeah.
Wow.
Public gives me $2 at least.
Well, I made them for everybody else, so I wasn't making them to make a profit. So I try to make them as cheap as I could on Teesprings.
Design one for you.
So I put
but Saggy, you know what you're doing, selling Saggy Melons merchandise. Like people are going there and like
they're gonna be disappointed.
You're teasing them.
Just like to tease everybody a little bit, just tickling it a little bit.
Teased William.
I think I saw a Poindexter Lab shirt, lounge shirt. I'm like, who would buy that shit?
I know, right?
Yeah, Poindexter Lounge.
I got one of those shirts. I got a point. I got a point.
Dude, are you wearing a Kenny Rogers roaster shirt?
Yes, I made. Yeah, Junkmanmerch.com. I made this shirt.
This is the merch show. It's turning into
the merch show.
Line up your products. This is a merch.
You can
fair.
actually get that shirt like that at his place. They had one in Vegas.
That's why I was like, I'm gonna have to make one because they were all out of business.
Oh yeah, I remember they went out of business, but
Junkman knows the ins and outs of a cease and desist. Trust me.
I got one that says official Disney Shield, and they took it down this week. Never sold one in 2 years, and Disney got upset about it.
Wow.
Look for this shirt coming soon.
Please don't.
Oh man.
I don't think you'll get a cease and desist from him.
Probably not. He won't say anything.
Yeah, he'll stay silent.
Andy Bucko here with a €5.49 euro donation. Thank you. With the super chat says, I heard from some guys that Army is a Snyder movie at its best, and that he would do a big mistake going back to Warner. The first 15 minutes were awesome.
Wait, they released the first
going back to
15
Warner,
minutes?
going to HBO Max for a hell of a lot of money with this as leverage, be the best decision you could ever make.
Hold on. Did they post that on YouTube? The first 15 minutes?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Warner, we promote that. They sent it to us and told us to post on all of our social media to let people know about that first 15 minutes.
I'm gonna have to really
check that out. I was actually supposed to go to a pre-screening tonight, but I couldn't. I was actually busy, so I got to wait till tomorrow to see it. But yeah, they had us plastered that stuff all over my Twitter. It's on my Instagram. They said make sure everybody sees the first 15 minutes because I didn't even watch it because I'm going to watch it when I
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. Just like wait to see the whole movie.
Yeah. Hey, I just do it because I want free movie tickets to give away.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I saw it tonight. Yeah, so I went to my theater to go see it.
I had it in my theater too.
Yeah, they had it at the South Point, and they told me about it too late. And I had a customer coming in from out of town. And he's one of those customers you don't miss. So,
Lugassi Jr., do you have any merch?
I'm gonna have to look at it.
Do I have any merch?
Yeah, Sci-Fi Center merch. Everybody's got it's QVC on the Poindexter Lounge tonight.
I do have. I wear my shirts all the time.
That's funny.
No kidding. I wore one last night. The lightning bolt.
You don't have a boutique like
you know who I want a T-shirt of? You know who I want a T-shirt of is Leslie Jones. That woman. That woman
so
right
funny.
there. I'm sorry.
You ever seen her watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Those are so funny.
Watch her clip of watching Game of Thrones. It's hilarious, man.
Does she scream and get all loud?
She's screaming. She's doing a theme song.
Yeah,
she's cussing. I mean, it's great.
Man, seeing like her reaction
does that
to
website have a
Justice
Kathleen
League was
Kennedy shirt?
awesome.
No, it doesn't. We looked for a Kathleen Kennedy shirt. They had the Brie Larson
searched
one.
forever.
Yeah, they had the Brie Larson one, but they didn't have Kathleen Kennedy.
I don't think you can make them. I have to make one then.
Yeah, you can send it, because you can make your own. It said you can make your own shirt.
I'm a Walter Hamada shirt.
I didn't make me a keep the game with you shirt.
Oh yeah, make a Jeremy. Yeah, make a Jeremy shirt. Yeah. Heck yeah.
I'll just make a different head for everybody. I can give shit to.
Wow,
I had the Bronies after me tonight on Twitter, so I need to be nice because they came out with their claws out.
Who did?
The bronies.
Oh, really? You had
I don't even
bronies.
know what I did.
Hey, Matt, am I going to enjoy Army of the Dead?
Yeah.
All right. I require violence and dismemberment.
Matt, are you
How
still?
much
Are you
is it
still alive?
down my road?
Yeah. I'm alive.
Right.
No, there's a lot of there's a
Thank you. That's all I
lot
need to hear.
of gore.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
No.
Yes, I do.
That's the T-shirt I want right there.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see it. You know, seeing the trailers and all that, I was really interested in it. Like, I never saw the first one, or I think was it called Dawn of the Dead?
That was his remake in 2004. Dawn of the Dead.
I'll have to check that out
The
because I
only
didn't
Zack
know he
Snyder
made
movie
it.
I've only seen once.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna have to check it out before I see it.
It's not a zombie
Well,
guy.
the thing is, you don't need to see Dawn of the Dead before you see.
No,
before you see
it's
this one.
not. It's not a.
continuation.
It's not a continuation. Yeah. But you guys see
but-
Leslie though. Leslie wants to be a villain in Zack Snyder's Justice League 2.
Supposed to be Granny Goodness.
Oh, well, they'd have to. Yeah, I guess they'd have to recast. But like, I don't know. Like, who? I thought Granny Goodness, but like, who else do you think she could be? Big Barda?
Could be Big Barda before she turns. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe
that'd be
she's still
good.
with the Fatal Furies.
She can be Wonder Woman.
And just let her be her. Don't even filter. Just let her.
Can you imagine Leslie Jones staring down Darkseid or the League in the boom tube?
That was so funny.
Oh my god! Somebody needs to make that animation.
Oh my- yeah,
of
please.
Leslie Jones staring down like the Justice League out of nowhere. That'd be hilarious.
Passing all the way to the boom tube closes.
Darkseid about to close the boom tube because she's gonna cross it.
Love that pause after and before people start laughing. It's like a great.
Man.
That'd be great.
Nobody would ever be able to complete their lines. They like on Saturday Night Live. If you ever seen her on Saturday Night Live,
oh yeah,
people are doing their skits and she's in character and they can't get there, especially the
She's
guests.
just so funny.
Her and Kate McKinnon, whenever they're doing skits with them, nobody can keep in character. They start busting up laughing on live TV. It's funnier than hell because they're that funny. Like,
I don't know. By the end of Leslie being on there, she was relegated to like one sketch a week.
Yeah.
That's
you know,
why
they
she left.
yeah. I mean, and I get it. I personally like don't think she's that funny. I just never have. And even like the Game of Thrones stuff with Seth Meyer was pretty good. I liked that, but the Olympic stuff I found was kind of dumb. And but then again, she's had me blocked since 2016. So.
Dang.
Matt.
What did you do, Matt?
Well, it's a long story. There's a lot of players involved.
Did it involve a plunger?
You
It
fought
didn't-
with her over the 2016 Ghostbusters.
Actually, no. I didn't fight with her over that. She used the block bot. she used the block list, and I followed someone who she was warring with over that, and that's how I got blocked.
It wasn't directly you. You didn't.
No, it wasn't directly me. I actually when Ghostbusters trailer first came out and everyone was attacking the movie, I actually did a video defending Leslie Jones because Leslie came out and she was like, "Look, this movie's about everyone can be a Ghostbuster. That's what we're trying to say." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. I can get behind that." Right? I'm like, maybe she's got a point. So I actually kind of came out and defended her words over that. And this was before the studio onslaught of calling everyone who was hater sexist. So it was like in the early days of everything. But no, the movie wasn't good, obviously. And she was fine in it. She was one of the better parts of the movie. But yeah, that's about it. I know. It's amazing stuff. How much time you got?
As soon as your story was started, it was done.
Well, no, it's like, but how much time do you guys have? Because there's like context to everything. You know what I mean? Like that's
do
the
a
whole
video on that one because I might want to sit. and
why
watch that
Leslie
video.
Jones blocked me. It's like, no, I don't. I was following the wrong
Watch the
person.
response to it.
You know, and that's really what it boiled down to. But that person's insane, so I don't follow them anymore because she actually got. Well, here's
Trump?
the thing with Leslie Jones.
You
Here's the
followed
thing.
Trump? Is that what it
no,
was?
no. I've actually no. I did for a little bit because I thought it'd be funny to like mock his tweets, and then I realized, what am I doing to myself at 3:00 in the morning? Like, why am I sitting here in bed and like just waiting for Trump to tweet so I can say something snarky? Like, that's dumb.
Hey, man,
So I'll do it to defend the
Hey,
menace.
look, my oldest son made the mistake apparently with his friends. Like, all he did was like a benign tweet from Trump one day, and like he literally had a friend that didn't talk to him for 9 months.
Wow.
Yeah. Like,
I like the YouTube comment about like another toy YouTuber. Somebody said something negative about him, and I liked it, and I got a long ass email cussing me out for liking it.
Yeah,
really?
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking.
Definitely
I thought you
not.
were gonna get me canceled by that dude.
You better watch it. You're gonna get on his list.
I know, like
That's
well,
why I asked you first. I said, "Is it okay if I put this video out?"
Yeah, from the other night we were talking about retroblasting, and Darren messages me and goes, "Hey, do you mind if I clip that and like put that up?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I don't care. Go ahead." And then I saw the clip that you put up, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna get blasted for this. I'm gonna get retroblasted. I'm gonna get retroblasted for sure."
Man, you asked me for it. That's playing with ice, man. I mean, playing with fire.
Yeah, I saw something about that. You guys were going back and forth, and then I saw like he ended up on a couple of the different podcasts, I guess, talking about the drama. Like last night when Mecha Random was going all crazy, like in her stream, Keemstar showed up in the chat.
Oh,
right. And I'm like, and someone's like, Keemstar is there, and I'm like, Keemstar, and I scrolled in the chat, and I'm like, oh man, no, like get away from that in a heartbeat, because or don't, because knowing her, she would look at that as being some kind of, olive branch to a much larger community, but it would not go well for her. And that whole thing is crazy. It's like, even today was crazy. It's funny.
I watched a couple of those videos after you guys put that one on there. About with the chick with the cropper.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
even today she was out there like saying like,
God.
I'm not going to simp for Zack Snyder, or she called him an a-hole, and like all this stuff, and it's like just all of this craziness. I was at the orthopedic doctor this morning, and I was like kind of thumbing through the Twitter, and I'm like, oh my God, this is just terrible. But I'll tell you this. One of her friends called her out last night, and the dude fired up a live stream, starts cussing her out. He's like, where are you? Get in here, all this stuff. She comes on in. He starts cussing her out. She tries to respond. He mutes her, so she can't respond.
Star Wars girl one?
No. This not that Star Wars girl, like for Mecca. And then he continues to cuss her out, calls her all these names, boots her from his live stream, and then calls her like a BS word, and then ends it. Like it was 5.5 minutes because he brought her in, and then she had to listen to what he said.
Wow, this is.
It was brutal. It was
Any trouble? I'm here fishing, minding my own business. So look, I'm gonna need you to leave. I'm gonna need you to leave.
God, oh man, that guy. Kumite champ.
Kumite champ 1982.
Yeah.
That's how all that goes, man.
I already spoke my piece on that.
Yeah, I saw your stream. I was watching it. I was just like, wow.
Yeah, so I didn't
have no words for some of the stuff I heard last night.
Rail asks a great question. How many enemies do you have? Oh, dude. You have no idea how many people don't like me.
All of them. All of the enemies.
It's so weird. It's super weird because I'm a really like I'm stubborn and I'm opinionated, absolutely. But I'm not like I'm really like a laid back, chill person. But I just say things that get people mad.
Well, did you see that?
I feel like that's a
Understatement.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, I guess.
Bro,
I think it's what got me fired off of a movie I was working on.
Probably.
I was literally brought in to do their viral marketing, and then they showed me the movie. No, it's called Devil's Pass. It's a sequel to like the Dyatlov Pass incident. It's a weird thing. And they showed me. They brought me into their Ventura offices. They put me in their boardroom. Showed me the movie by myself. I screened it, and then they're like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Here's all the problems I have with it." And then, but these were fixable. And then they called me the next day and they were like, "We're going to no longer need your services." And I was all like, "Dang." They
Yeah,
must
Rel,
have really oof.
Rel, didn't you see my live stream about Matt Jarbo? I exposed him.
Oh, well, yeah, I saw that the other night. Did you come on that
funny.
stream, Jarbo, at all, or was it just
me? He wasn't
No,
invited.
she told me she was doing it, but I literally had other things to do. Like I knew about it. I knew about it. It's one of those things where it's like when you find out people are going to do a hit piece on you, and then you're trying to gauge like whether or not it matters. And it's not, and that's not. Hold on. I'm not saying whether or not they matter. I'm saying whether or not it matters, right? So it's like, for example, Junkman throws that little clip about me in that video, and then I just laugh about it because I knew the intent. The intent was to be a troll because that's what he does, and he does a good job with it. Saggy was also being a troll, so it was funny. You know, other people are like different because they have a different intent. They want to make something that's like more negative, and very going to be, you know, they're going to come at me in the worst possible light over everything. So then you have to kind of gauge the intent and then gauge whether or not they matter.
I said nice things.
I'm not. Well, then you matter. Then you matter. There you go. I'm talking to you right now.
I started off like, I disagree with this opinion, but overall, I like Matt Jarbo, and y'all need to stop being mean to him. And I was being all super nice, and you were like, I didn't even care to watch it. Wow, I put in a lot of heart into that too.
Thank you. I'll tell you what I'll do. I won't watch it. Probably I'll forget. But yeah, it's Echo Basin there. What's up, dude? How you doing? And then yeah, I'll forget. I mean, the thing is, okay, how many videos about me I got DM'd last night from someone on Twitter, and they were like, I don't know who you are, but I just Googled your name, and my God, people hate you.
Hey, and I was asking somebody else about that. When you started following me, I seen your face, but I never really paid attention to you. But I got all this shit because I followed you back, and people were like, "Why are you following him back?" And I was like, "I don't know this dude."
Oh yeah, dude. If people, like if I show up, like, you know, I was giving, because they were watching speaking of Mindless Entertainment, I was giving her a little bit of crap tonight because she was like talking about me on Twitter, so I kind of fired off another barb, and then, you know, whatever. She's kind of pointless in my opinion, but it's funny because she tries and it fails always, but it's funny because she tries. And so, like, that's really about it. But then I get all these people responding, and they're just all like, there's all the simps and stuff. You know, it's part of the thing.
Because when I first met Matt, immediately he was hit with DMs like, "Why are you on a stream with Matt Jarbo?" And I'm just like, "Who the hell is Matt Jarbo? I just met this dude tonight." They're like, "Google him," and I'm like,
"That's a Tuesday for me."
People, yeah, like people assume I like kicked a dog or I like.
Yeah,
you know,
I thought you were a pedophile or something. I was like, "Oh shit!"
No, I get that. I'm not a pedo, by the way. I mean,
No.
I have to reiterate that fact. But there were people that were literally trying to smear me as that a couple years ago. They were trying to do that, and it's like that's serious shit. That shit pisses me off because like I look after my daughters, and I'm just like, what the hell are you guys doing? And the thing is, they were trying to take every little thing and spin it and twist it into whatever. And don't get me wrong, like, I mean, I've clearly spun things people have said into, you know, make it sound worse than it is. But it's like there's always a line, you know what I mean? Like there's always a line. You got to keep it as surface level as humanly possible. Don't try to involve you know, directly involve anyone's family, right?
Yeah, just like you're saying on your stream, say with I forget, as I jumped in, you're talking about, or you're mentioning and showing the clip of I don't know what's her name. It's like that mecha chick, and she was talking about Zach and all that. I was like, wow, that it's just stuff like that is just not right. I mean, it's like, it's good to like, I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say good, but it's okay to criticize people, but then you just don't do stuff like that. Like there's like a certain line where you can like make content and like talk about things, but then there's like stuff you don't talk about, and she said stuff that you shouldn't talk about.
That's what I always say. I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, you can hate somebody, but still be like, you don't cross that line. Like, if I know when like, you know, Jarbo says he has daughters, I can't imagine how many times people threw that in his face. And it's like, dude, what does his kids have to do with him, dude? Like,
now,
it's not your business.
It's just bringing people that should not be involved. Or
the idea there is like, and I'll fully admit, like, case in point, like the last time I got into it with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, I did invoke his daughter. But my point with that was to ask him a specific, I didn't want to know anything about her. I just asked him, what do you think she's going to say when she finds your Brie Larson videos? And my point with that was not about trying to smear his kid or say he's a bad dad. My point with that was like, who you are at one thing is who you are on everything. Right. And so if you're going to sit there and you're going to criticize this woman to the point of where you turn her into a literal like human target and a cottage industry, you know, like, what are you going to say if this comes out? Like, if my kids ever find my old content where I was a lot edgier, oh man, we're going to have some conversations, you know, like, Dad, why did you say this? Like, I thought it was funny at the time. Do you feel that way now? Oh no, of course not. Like, I haven't done that in years.
It's growth.
It's because you grow. But the thing is though, the difference between someone like me and someone like Jeremy is that like, I can look back reflectively at the content and go, maybe I've gone too far. I should reel it in and not do that. He'll look at it and go, is it algorithmically beneficial to me? And then when it comes to Brie Larson, he'll gladly go, well, I've made 200 videos on Brie Larson. You know, and you're like, yeah, you've literally dehumanized this woman who you've never met and who only really said one thing that you don't like. But you've done everything you can to make her out to be the worst person on the planet because you made money doing it. Like, at some point you have to be reflective, you know, like you just have to be reflective. And that's what I don't understand about a lot of the fandom menace. It's like, there's no reflection. It's just echo chamber. It's just groupthink. And that was something that happened in Gamergate. And I hated it back then too. I just didn't speak out on it back then. And that was my mistake, you know, and that's something I regret. And so now maybe I'm just more vocal about things because I held my tongue and I have my own personal regrets and embarrassments. Also, I'm kind of a dick.
Well, I know my YouTube career has officially hit rock bottom when people are starting to try to ship me and Matt Jarbo. So I think
glowing eyes.
They call us Sarbo now. So we are Sarbo apparently. I don't know why you're chipping me with the Barry Man.
I don't know either. That's kind of weird. People, yeah, it's like Tumblr. You know what I mean? Like, and there's been some very interesting Rule 34s of me. I found one on my phone today. I forgot I'd saved it. And
what? Oh no.
Have you ever seen? Okay, no. See, Jay here is in the chat trying to talk some shit. I did say F Zach. I did because I was pissed off about that comment, and I stand by me saying that shit because I still feel that comment was bad and it was not good. But I've also took that video down and I've explained my thoughts on it as well. So you can come in here and run that nonsense, but I'm going to say exactly to you what's going on. I don't have multiple personalities. I have one and it's amazing.
I think the whole thing of people, like, you can change your mind about things.
Some split stuff going on here.
I believe you have three, Enosh. You have
echo base. Come on, man. Come on. You can't sit there and say that the echo chamber doesn't. Come on, dude. Like, you know that there's not like much of an echo chamber. I don't want to get into it. I'm not trying to go down that path, but you can't sit there and say
he's saying not all. He's saying not all.
Look, man, come on. I don't believe that.
Echo base doesn't do echo chambers. I know that for a fact. Echo base would 100%. He will talk to you. He's not.
I don't know. I'm not saying that he won't. I'm not saying that he won't. But I mean, like, in the upper echelon of, like, look, if you want my honest opinion, what the fandom menace was in 2018 is gone now. It is. Like, people just kind of like, it's like people hold on to fandom menace like people held on to Gamergate. It probably is dead, but people just hold on to it because it's some form of community. But the problem with it is, though, is that it's easy to get it rearing up again, provided there's the right target. Why do you think Doomcock keeps trying to say that Kathleen Kennedy's been fired? Because he's keeping people ill-informed and he's making money at it. Like, he's literal Fox News or Newsmax or OAN, whatever you want to say. You know? CNN. Or which one?
CNN.
Yeah, sure.
NBC.
They're all like that. Sure, fine.
Yeah,
they're
all right.
Fine, I'll give that one. No, because they are. There's times. Absolutely.
You got to keep them angry. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, but it's
Echo Base, I've said before, and I'll say it again, they're probably the most calmest, nicest. I'll go on their live stream, and they're the nicest. And I'm always the odd man out because I got.
Sure, I'm not trying to attack. Look, I've criticized Echo Base. We've gotten into before. I'm not trying to attack him and whatnot. Like, I owe him apology because I did associate something with them that I misread, so I do apologize for that and whatnot. And so it's kind of like, you know, I don't think they're bad dudes. All right. I'm not saying Echo Base are bad people. I'm just saying it's like but the people that they run with, or at least they did run with, have been in Echo Chamber for a long ass time. And I mean, there's like no real denying that. Like, if anyone from the outside can tell you, that's just the way it is. And if you built your channel around that kind of content, I'm sorry to say, you're not going to see the Echo Chamber because you're in it. And you can sit there and say we have all different opinions, hashtag not all, but at the end of the day, yeah, it is. It's all lumped in.
Well, it's like when you say all, you don't mean all, you mean majority of them. Like,
it's the majority.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look, because we always try to find that way of saying, like, how do we summarize without complete lumping everyone together? And the truth of the matter is you can't do it. You just can't do it. Now, look, I don't know if Echo Base Network is alt-right. I don't believe that they are, but I've seen them referred to as such. But then again, people refer to me as a bunch of things that I'm not. So I get it. You know, I get it. My whole point, though, is that when you look at like the attacks,
we lost Zod.
Oh,
No.
Zod.
So anyway, I gotta go because Star Wars is gonna be on in a few minutes. So I gotta go watch
Nerd.
that. Hell yeah, I'm a nerd. Hell yeah. I'm looking at my gigantic Millennium Falcon rug that's pinned on my wall.
That's why Echo Base is awake. Okay.
Did you say Millennium?
No, I said no. Did I? I'm a little tired.
You said Millennium Falcon.
Millennium? That's I messed that one up.
Just want to point
You
out.
did.
I just want to.
You just totally lost it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I also want to point out Matt Jarbo 100% verbally said hashtag. Like.
At this point, I'm like a boomer on the internet. Okay. Like I've been around long enough to where it's like the old ways. Yeah. So that's how it works. That's how it works. I mean, like at the end of the day, I don't want to deal with like. I mean, like I took my shots at Mecha Random yesterday because my name kept getting brought up, so I felt the need to respond, and then have a little bit of Schadenfreude because I feel it's earned. And but other than that, I don't sit there and like I don't watch these people. I try not to talk about these people. I just want to talk about other stuff. So
the millennial
for the clicks.
The Millennial Falcon. There we go. I made
Jarbo man.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh, what a day.
So like, hey, Snake Eyes pictures. This is the last topic that I had. Are you guys? I'm just before the people who have to go. Are you guys excited about Snake Eyes or no?
Yes.
Not.
I am.
No. I'm not a
What?
G.I. Joe
Get
guy.
out.
I'm on the edge.
All of you get out now.
I think it's going to be fun.
I'm excited.
I'll watch it on small screen, but I'm not like rushing to a big screen to see it.
I think Henry Golding's a pretty good actor, and I want to see what they do with it.
I've just seen too much bad G.I. Joe on live action where I'm not really amped up about it.
We've had like 2 G.I. Joe movies, and neither one was bad.
Snake Eyes.
Yeah, those are only
Swan-
2 G.I. Joe
Neither
movies
one
I
was
saw.
horrible. Neither one was
They were
horrible.
fun.
They were fun. The second one was a lot more fun than the first one.
And it was written by Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese, who did Deadpool.
But
Well, they both
Zombieland.
sucked.
But Snake Eyes
To
and
each his
Stone
own.
Shadow are like the best part of G.I. Joe.
Which two? Did you guys see this? So they're actually talking about that they, because they're talking about the possibility not only of this new continuity for Snake Eyes, but it says they're toying with multiple directions to keep the Joes going on the big screen, including a potential Retaliation sequel.
I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, I just have to rewatch the movies in order to kind of see where they could possibly do some spin-offs or continue the story. Because I honestly cannot remember those.
Well, I think the first one was a lot of fun because it was Steven Summers who directed it, and he also did The Mummy and Van Helsing, which I really enjoyed both of those.
It wasn't a bad movie. I just don't think it was a good G.I. Joe movie. It wasn't what I was expecting to going into, growing up with G.I. Joe, reading G.I. Joe. I mean, having tons of things G.I. Joe, and it was not.
Samara Weaving is playing Scarlet.
Yeah.
Oh, at first you had my interest. Now you have my entire attention. I like Samara Weaving. I do.
Who's putting it out? What film company's putting this out? What
Paramount.
studio?
Yeah.
This is Paramount.
Yeah, it's at Paramount above.
Yeah. The thing is, though, like, look, Paramount is going to start trying to follow like the HBO Max model of releasing movies theatrically and then trying to create content for Paramount Plus. So we'll have to wait and see how this whole thing goes.
I didn't even know they had a streaming service.
I know Shifty Gizm did not just say Street Fighter was the best live action. You trolling now?
Wait, hold on. Are you saying? Wait, he said Shifty Gizm was the best live action video game movie?
I don't know. It says we've had 3 G.I. Joe movies and 2 live action movies were bad. Street Fighter is the best live action G.I. Joe movies so far until Black Widow comes out.
Oh, I see what he's talking about. I get what he's saying there. And I kind of agree, but then again, I'm a huge Street Fighter stan. So I love that movie.
The one with John Paul.
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme. It is like, it's quotable.
Kylie Minogue is in it.
Kylie Minogue is Cammy. Oh my, I've seen her twice in concert. She's so hot. She's Australian and she can sing. It's like, again.
Yeah, that's her main focus.
That's her main. Yeah,
Listen, the actors in Street Fighter looked good, but the story and everything was just kind of like meh to me. Man. And then on top of that, that was like what's his name's last movie?
Raul Julia, and he had so much fun playing Bison.
Yeah. He was a great Bison.
He was a great villain. He was amazing. And then Ming Na Wen as Chung Li. You know, like hell yeah. It was like it was great. Like the guy I forget the guy who played, I forget he was like Bison's number 2, right? He was in the movie Juwanna Man.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So like a friend of mine in LA worked with this dude a bunch on a couple movies, and I was like, oh man, I would just ask him questions about Street Fighter. Like I would just geek out with this dude about Street Fighter and whatnot. Like I love that stuff. I love that movie.
This is what concerns me about this. Okay, so we have a lot of the key components. We got a new Baroness. I don't know about this look for the Baroness.
It's kind of weird, but who's playing her? Ursula Cobero.
Yeah, Cobero. But here's the thing about this that now has me even more concerned, because first of all, in the comics and in the lore, and this I don't really care about, but I'm interested to see where they're going with this, because one of the big plot points between Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow was the fact that Snake Eyes was a white guy. He was a blonde-haired white guy, and that was why Storm Shadow hated him, was because he was a white devil. Like that was like what it was, a very racially tense story, because Snake Eyes found himself to who was called the Hard Master of their ninja clan, and he trained under him and did better than Storm Shadow. And Storm Shadow was always very angry about that. And that fueled his anger towards Snake Eyes.
Well,
but
because it was a forbidden art, remember? He wasn't supposed to even
bring
that outside of his clan. It was more than just a racial thing. It was a forbidden, the lessons were forbidden. Nobody outside of that clan. I remember all that. That was actually in the comics too,
the Arashikage. And so here's the so there's already going to be that where it's like, okay, so that element's taken out, and so now they're both Asian, which is fine. It'll be interesting to see how they tell that story. But here's where it concerns me, because we have yet, the one thing I liked about G.I. Joe Retaliation was the fact that it felt like a G.I. Joe movie, because you actually had G.I. Joe, Cobra. It seemed like a plot from a G.I. Joe cartoon or whatever, where it was like Cobra's trying to take over the United States. They had the Cobra symbol all over, where they're draping the big long drapes over, the White House and everything. It felt like that. The costumes were there. Cobra Commander looked like Cobra Commander.
It was a cool movie.
But here's the thing. Here's the quote. Both Cobra and G.I. Joe take a back seat to the internal drama of the Arashikage and the character. They are absolutely an element, but it's looking at it this way. You meet somebody, watch their struggle. The struggle leads to the world of G.I. Joe and Cobra. It does not start as a G.I. Joe Cobra movie. It starts as an Arashikage movie, a Snake Eyes character arc. You come to realize the Arashikage, as they've traditionally been, are affiliated with the Joes. Therefore, that brings in Cobra. There is a gradual reveal that there's a larger world there.
Snake Eyes movie. I mean,
I know, I get it. It's a Snake Eyes movie, but can we just freaking get a G.I. Joe movie?
I like this. I like this idea because
I just want a G.I. Joe movie, though.
But Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow were like the best things of G.I. Joe to me. I mean, I'm sorry, but I love
Oh,
me
hell
some
yeah.
Snake Eyes.
There's all kinds of cool stuff in G.I. Joe,
Come
man.
on, give me a freaking G.I. Joe movie, man.
You got two. You got two.
I want a G.I. No, we didn't. That's
you
the
could
point.
make one in your house.
You got two.
I could.
I just want to know if we're ever going to see Viper in a movie. You know?
Oh, the Viper?
Yeah.
Like I come to Viper windows? Viper?
No,
that
Viper.
episode made me so angry because they led you up to like there was this big secret enemy, and at the end it's some clown washing.
It was a great cartoon, though.
You got
to admit. You got to admit that was a great episode of G.I. Joe, though. Right?
Yeah, they were scrambling
Where it's
through
like, I am the Viper. I am the Viper. He called this guy calls up G.I. Joe headquarters and is like, I am the Viper, 5:30 Tuesday or something like that. And he's just like, and they think it's code. All the G.I. Joes think it's code for something, and they keep putting all these codes together, and sure enough, they keep thwarting Cobra attacks like all over the globe. And it's all by accident because at the end, this guy shows up and they open the doors and it's just a janitor there.
A little man with a squeegee.
With a little squeegee. And he's like,
man.
I am the Viper. I come to wipe your windows. It's a great cartoon. I mean, a half-hour episode of G.I. Joe. But I mean, like, look, I'm all for doing this creative stuff. Don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm all for that stuff. But can we just have at some point like just a natural progression G.I. Joe Cobra story, man, where it's not the prequel, it's not telling the story of how they became G.I. Joe and Cobra, it's not telling all this stuff, it's like a full on. That's what I loved about Retaliation.
Snyder do it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you got two movies. It's time for us.
We didn't though, Saggy.
No,
we did not. No, we did not. No, G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra is not a full-on G.I. Joe movie. It's this weird, like how Cobra
military
came
action
to be.
movie.
Yeah, it's military action, but it's like it's not a full-on G.I. Joe and Cobra movie. It's like the how Cobra came to be prequel, and Retaliation, it had elements of it that were really awesome, but it wasn't full on either. So no, I reject that notion, Saggy. Go eat the meat.
I want Michael Bay. I want G.I. Joe full on explosions, missiles.
Listen.
The whole deal.
Listen,
I think Bay could do a decent G.I. Joe.
You could.
I think Michael Bay. I think also Zack Snyder could do a decent one as well.
Michael
Either
Bay.
one of those guys.
Oh God!
Half the budget we spent on blowing stuff up.
Can we please not put Michael Bay in charge of anything to do with my childhood anymore?
Why? Hey, listen. He is as advertised. I go to Michael Bay films to see stuff blow up.
You know what,
Enosh?
You know what, Enosh? You're definitely gonna get Blue Beetle before you get a good G.I. Joe movie, okay? Blue Beetle was gonna save the DCU.
Well, with Warner Brothers in charge, you might get a Blue Beetle. They think that's to be the access of their new universe.
Listen,
Blue Beetle and Satana.
Enosh, I'm gonna tell you right now, Blue Beetle will save the G.I. Joe universe 100%.
Hey, you guys. Oh my no!
Blue Beetle couldn't even save his own comic.
Blue Beetle.
No. I think it's actually gonna be Peacemakers that's gonna save the DCEU.
Nobody cares about Blue Beetle.
I care.
I'm sorry, I said it. Nobody cares about Blue Beetle at this point.
You're such a you're such.
Well, they're gonna push that.
Denial.
And they're not doing a Harley sequel.
I understand Enosh is in denial. It's hard to accept the love.
Ralph knows William. William's all about explosives, blood, and gore. That's all he wants.
Sega's gonna make a stream on you.
Sometimes you go to a movie, and this is where critics blow. This is why when critics put out stuff about movies, I turn it off. Sometimes you go to a movie just to see certain things. You're not going to see Shakespeare. You're not going to see Coppola. You're going to see stuff explode, hot chicks. If you're a gal, you're going to see the topless. You're not going too deep into these movies. You're going to, at the end of a hard week, to see something blow up. A lot of things blow up. People get ripped apart.
Quan, we saw it. We talked about it.
And that's all you're going for.
So, William, I have a question for you.
I like this one. Michael Bay should stop directing altogether. Yeah.
To be fair, William, I can get the same thing on Pornhub for free.
I said nothing about gratuitous.
Oh man!
Now, if that's in it, fine.
William,
But
I just love people's reactions when I say terrible things. Anyway, I'm gonna go watch Star Wars. I'm gonna go cleanse this dirty topic with some good old fashioned
By the way,
Star Wars.
Sergeant Slaughter followed me out of the blue on Twitter like a few months ago, and I followed him on my personal account, but I followed him on the Poindexter Lounge account, but he found my personal account somehow. He followed both. Like, and I have no idea how he found my personal account, like, because I never followed him on my personal account. So, like, I'm in childhood heaven right now. Like,
nice. William, I have a question for you though.
Yeah.
If would you see Blue Beetle if it had blood, gore, and all that good stuff?
well, it's already going to be bloody. It's going to be bloody awful.
Wow, wow! You know, she went there. You took it there.
Dude, that trailer would have to be epic. In order for me to
Thank
give
you.
Blue Beetle the time of day, that would have to be one of the best trailers ever. And I would have to see at least a third of those explosions and death in the trailer.
I have a new movement. I have a new movement, guys. I think we need to just let go the Snyderverse for now because we need to push the Blue Beetle, get that out there, and maybe have Zach do it. If Zach will do the Blue Beetle, we should be
right.
I highly support this. I think Zach would be on board if we just get his attention.
You dirt-eating piece of slime! You scum-sucking pig! You son of a motherless goat!
And we also need to get Enosh to embrace the Blue Beetleism, and we need to get him to be part
I'll
of.
use small words that you'll be sure to understand, you warthog-faced buffoon.
And that's all I got. I just want.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
Blue Beetle. A Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle since 1993.
Cylon's not like harsh.
I feel personally targeted right now.
Listen, I think I'll go more for a Blue Beetle movie than seeing them like do the Black Superman movie with Kal-El. I think I'll go for more.
There you go. There you go.
I'll give it I'm for you, say. I mean,
one of those is going to bomb, and the other one might make money. So that's not an easy choice.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, whoever greenlights Blue Beetle, I just want to see where they're working next.
You guys are hurting in the chat right now. I don't appreciate this Blue Beetle hatred I'm seeing. It's absolutely disgusting and deplorable.
Hey, if only RJ was here.
I'm very upset right now. My feelings.
I'll give it a chance. If they do make something, I'll see it. But I mean, I really didn't hear about Blue Beetle until I played the Injustice 2 game. That's I'm like, ooh, Blue Beetle.
Also, yes, you guys are in charge.
Justice League started to suck. That's when Blue Beetle. When Blue Beetle was one of the main characters of Justice League, JLA, you knew that the book was about to get canceled.
Enosh is bullying me, and you guys are just enabling it. I feel very upset right now.
I'm trying
when
to
they were about to
defend
switch
you.
writers, and they had filler story, it would be Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, and like Kilowog or something. I mean, some just goofiness.
Oh yeah, you did miss the super chat. Oh, Benson's. Yes, Benson's super chat.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Hold on.
Oh yes. I'm sorry. I apologize, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Says if you want to talk about action movies, Lou Gossett was amazing in The Principal. Iron Eagle 1 and 2 are also great. Castlevania season 4 is brilliant. Enosh.
No Condor Man reference.
I know, no Condor Man reference, but Lou Gossett, like, how was it being in The Principal and Iron Eagle movies?
Iron Eagle, the first one I saw in the movie. The second one was just bad.
That just like you seemed like that caught you off guard.
That went way over his head.
But no, I'm literally I'm answering your question. The Principal sucked. I saw that. Iron Eagle 1 was actually a pretty good movie.
Yes, we did.
Coming off the heels of Top Gun, I think.
We'll get the Hour Man movie. That's what we want.
Can Army of the Freaking Dead hurry up and come out, please? I'm sitting here looking at.
came out already.
Came out today.
Did it? Oh,
yeah,
shoot.
it's in theaters. It's in theaters. It's not on Netflix. It's on Netflix next week.
I'm
That's
probably
what I
just
was
gonna have to
talking
see it on Netflix. I got too much stuff going on. Probably won't be able to go by.
I was supposed to go tonight and I couldn't, and I just don't know where I'm going to get the 2 hours from. When
not
they
gonna
only
go
have a couple
theaters.
showings here. They only have 2 showings, 1/7 and 1/8, and I was buried on both hours. So
That got me excited. I was like, why the heck am I here if Army of the Dead is out right now? I should have just been watching that, but no.
you know what? If it were the old days where you had midnight screenings, I would have been able to go. But right now we're just coming out of COVID, so you only have a limited amount of screenings. So like next week, when movies are getting released, we can go back to those Thursday night screenings, which I love. You know, I get right off of work and head straight out to the theater and see it before anybody screwed it up with spoilers. You know, unless it was Endgame, and that was like 3. I didn't get home till 4 a.m. in the morning. That's madness.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully now with like what Biden posted on like Instagram, I saw like with if people are fully vaccinated, they can like go out and not wear a mask apparently now.
I'm going to wear a mask till I'm 80, but yeah, that's what they said.
We still have to wear masks here regardless, sadly.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
I don't trust
fine for
everybody
movie
to tell me
theaters.
the truth that they're vaccinated. So I'm just going to play it safe. When I'm
Right.
out,
You
proud,
can't trust people unless they show their card, which you can't because it's a HIPAA violation. So
I'll be in my 80s with my little mask.
that's what happened to me at work like 2 weeks ago. A guy came in without a mask. We're like, sir, you got to put your mask on. And he's like, oh, it's I got vaccinated. And we're like, we don't know that. Like,
I mean, it's not like you can ask them like for verification because that's of course a HIPAA violation. So it's just like it's I think it's just gonna be very hard to like go around with that because I mean it's just like how can you like figure that out and like prove that
Bye,
without
Sheree.
violating stuff like
Love
that?
you. We're gonna watch this. This is Zach. Check this out. So this is Zach talking about this is apparently where he showed the picture. Whoops, hold on a second.
Cool.
Hang it.
Wait, yeah.
Oh yeah, he was in Southern California. Sound?
There's sound.
I don't have a clip, but I have a picture. I can show you.
I don't have a clip, but I have a picture. Oh, I thought you had like a legit picture. Like in his pocket, like a photo picture, not a phone.
This phone is probably worth millions because
These are
this is
crowded.
all the content on there.
I want to see his text messages.
He probably has really interesting stuff on there. Just his camera roll.
Fuck Warner Brothers.
There are Easter eggs in this. There are.
What's he showing?
No. Yeah, he's showing the Green Lantern pic.
It's a good one. One more quick question.
I mean, that is pretty cool. They did show it, and he's like, "Yeah."
He'll be on Bear out in a couple of weeks. If it's not already on there.
Oh, that exactly. But you know, he's just so I mean, absolutely.
He's such a nice guy.
He's just chill. That's what I like. He's
so casual about it too. He's like, "Yeah, here's a pic. I can't show you a video, but or a clip. Here's a pic. I'll give you something."
Yeah. So
Can't wait till HBO Max opens up the Brinks truck storm and says, "Here,
yeah,
sign
I really hope.
Sign here. Here's your conditions. We've met your conditions. We got the green light straight from the boss. Don't worry about what the other people in the division say. All you got to do is sign here and stop answering those Netflix people's calls."
Yeah,
we want you. You know.
I don't know what y'all saw. Somebody said they saw green. I saw blue, so I'm having some faith right now. I saw blue.
Oh
What?
my! Oh,
Cherie, did you see the actual picture? Hold on. If you didn't see the picture, we've got the picture. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I didn't see the picture. I'd like to see it.
Okay. Hold on a second. I got to find who sent.
I hope he
We'll take a
posted
look one more
on
time
Vero.
at this before we go because we're at the end here. So we'll.
This is a dream that never ends.
No, actually, this one's pretty short. We're only at 2 hours and 19 minutes. I mean, so come on, give me a break. Jeez. Usually I'm hitting hour 4, and we're all getting drunk with power around here. So
Hour 4 is where everything gets crazy.
It
I
does
just
look
want to
blue.
see that in Vero. I mean, the sky and all the atmosphere is blue.
That face
Yeah,
he's
there's
making is
some blue.
killing me though.
Is that Blue Beetle?
See, I told you I saw blue. Y'all were thinking I was bugging.
I'm on board now. I want a Blue Beetle movie.
I'm kind of mad at y'all.
Dr.
for saying-
Dr. O, pretty much
Dr.
put it
O.
there.
Dr. O is correct.
Dr. O, I thought we were gonna go get bubble tea. Come get bubble tea with me. We'll talk about it in person because you're in my city, I believe. You came in here and said Boston in the house.
Dr.
Oh,
O,
he's a chowderhead? Dr. O, you're a
Dr. O, I
chowderhead?
wouldn't do
Bubble
that.
tea.
Dr. O, I wouldn't do that because she's probably going to spike your bubble tea or put something in
dare
there
you.
because you know Blue Beetle
Hey,
suck.
Dr. O, have you ever seen Misery?
How dare you?
Dr. O wakes up with his feet between blocks. Like,
yeah, I was waiting for
Nick,
William
I'm
or
gonna-
someone to
I'm
bring
gonna
up
make
that
him-
reference.
I'm gonna make him write the Blue Beetle script. You can't leave until you write the Blue Beetle script. I want to know how it ends.
Yeah, don't write the wrong ending, Dr. O, because you'll end up with in a
Broken
wheelchair.
legs. Yeah, a wheelchair, and I'll push you down the stairs.
ooh,
Oof.
Blue Beetle equals Josh
Oh,
Whedon.
Oh no.
About the same entertainment value.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna lie. If they do make a Blue Beetle and it's directed by Joss Whedon, I'm done.
Oh, that'd be. I mean, that'd be kind of funny. Say, the reaction video say you
Thank you,
post would
thank
be
you, Zuri.
hilarious.
See, that's why I know I have some friends here. I have some true friends.
I'm your biggest fan. I follow you.
I mean, I'll give it a chance. I'll see it. I would definitely see that right over the new Superman movie that they're pitching.
No.
How about new?
How about no?
How about new?
Dad will never get another Austin Powers movie. I don't think he's in. I don't think
They've
Michael
been
Myers.
talking about it. They've been talking about it.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he could do it again.
Am I the only one that hates Austin Powers?
No, I am.
I don't
Okay,
hate
thank
not
you.
alone.
I'm on the
You're
fence.
not
We
alone.
watched it, me and my ex-wife. Now we watched and we just sat there like, what? This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Hated that movie.
It's like you know you're wasting time in
darn.
your life, but you'll never
The
get
brain
back.
cells.
Oh darn!
lost.
I was gonna pull up Austin Powers Jeopardy. Like, like
I actually gotta
I'll
go.
lose.
Wait, doesn't William have the title
William.
now? Didn't he take it from
Yeah, I
Brian?
actually have the belt. Hey, next time you stream with Master of None,
Yeah.
we got to do it when I'm at my office. And I have my championship belt. I'm gonna wear it for that whole damn stream.
I'll have
Whether
to
it be
jump
Jeopardy.
in just to steal it away from all
look,
you.
you guys can give the Junk Man all the props in the world for that, because I saw the website from him, and so I haven't promoted it as Jeopardy night because that's his thing, but we played Jeopardy a couple of times and it's fun. It's fun. You guys.
Well, maybe you come play on my channel, not hide backstage.
I know. That's what I want to do, man. I would have rather been on your channel Monday night instead of yelling at my tow truck driver.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna have Robert Burnett come play.
Yeah,
you
Oh,
told me to
Robert
DM.
Meyer Burnett. Wow, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm,
I told him.
can't
You
take
told
him
me to
on.
DM him because I emailed and didn't hear nothing, so I DM'd
He's
him.
gonna
And
sweep
wrote me
the
back
board
today.
right there.
And he said, "Let's do it." And so we're working out the
Oh,
time.
that's
So
awesome.
maybe you can get on that one with us.
Heck yeah, that's the one I want to be on. That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it to 3 players so it goes smoothly.
He's gonna crush me though. I just have this
He's gonna
feeling
crush
like,
anybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some hard questions. I figure I gotta make them hard for him.
oh my gosh, yeah.
And I'll say this, since no one else has said it: Happy birthday, George Lucas.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Happy.
Did somebody say
birthday.
who?
Say
Gene Roddenberry
no.
turned 100 the other day, or would have turned 100.
Did she say who?
Oh no,
Saggy.
Oh no.
What?
I'm leaving.
Are you serious right now,
Oh, this
Saggy?
shit.
You made him leave. You made him get up.
Hey,
Why-
George
why
Lucas.
he-
He's the guy who created Lord
He
of
is
the Rings.
Doctor?
Wait,
Oh,
wait.
he's the Lord of the Rings guy.
What's Lord of the
Oh,
Rings?
okay. No, Lord of
He's
how do you?
he's the creator of Blue Beetle.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, George Lucas. Yeah, I know that guy.
He
No
actually
one's even
played
talking
Blue
about
Beetle
the
in the
Blue
original
Eagles.
trilogy.
Saggy.
Do you hear that? Listen. Even Grandma in heaven is booing you right now.
You don't know my grandma.
Echo Base saying they'll crush people at Jeopardy. I've sent them a link twice. Come on, guys.
You can't crush anybody that you don't accept the link,
Yeah,
right?
put your money where your mouth is.
I'm just saying, like even this dude over here, like he talks a big talk. Like he talked a big talk for the first one, and he wasn't even there. He wasn't playing. He was complaining because Brian won fair and square on the first one, and he wasn't even playing. William wasn't even playing.
Hey,
And then the
I almost
second
took
one,
it
he
from him.
complained the entire freaking game until he finally got his way and won. But here's the deal: Brian won 2 games in a row. This guy's only got one. And so far, the last 2 times he's been on, he's ditched the idea of playing again. And now he's like, well, next time Brian's on, I'll play. So
because you pull it at the end. Like, I mean, if you,
we've always played it at the end. We've never played it at the beginning. We get all the topics done. We get all the topics. We're not moving the goalposts. We're not moving the goalposts. It's a bonus feature. If we get to it, then we get to it.
Are you going to have a stream tomorrow?
I'm sure I will. Well, tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, I'm sure I will.
All right. Well,
if I'm not on the vodka stream, because sometimes I end up on that,
like that might go another 4 hours. That's like a whole 8-hour shift for you right there.
I know. Yeah,
and then you'll be hammered. Do you drink when you're on there?
No, I can't drink, man. I can't drink. I used to be able to, I used to, have a drink now and then, but since I had my bariatric surgery, the sugar and the alcohol will, man, like literally, like you take I'd be such a lightweight. I wouldn't be able to drink even a beer. Like I've got that Justice League beer stuff, man, that came with the mother box stuff. And I've thought about just taking a sip just to see what it tastes like, but my gosh, I'm scared to death to even after, because I haven't had a thing, man, in years.
You can just swish it in your mouth. You don't actually have to swallow, man.
Y'all got Justice League everything. Justice League beer. Is it Snyder cut?
Yes. It's in a big box that looks like a mother box, man. That's what it came in. Hey, by the way, Peter Rabbit's Defender here with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Peter Rabbit's Defender. Appreciate you. Says G.I. Joe Snake Eyes will become a mega hit if it's good. Because hashtag Stop Asian Hate and Henry Golding is our gen's The Rock.
No.
I
don't think anybody's The Rock is his own gen.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry, Peter. I don't. Peter, I love you. I don't know if I wouldn't go that far, but hey, if
he has potential though, he has potential.
Yeah. P.S. I knew why Jarbo loves Sam Weaving. Plus, googling Samara Weaving leaked. Good stuff.
Oh boy, that's probably why he went off to do.
Hey! I realized what that was. Jeez, that's about as bad as Max and Eddie coming in here last night, talking about the girl who crashed their stream together, who had an OnlyFans. And I'm like,
oh man,
I have no idea who she is. She had an OnlyFans. They couldn't even talk.
Peter Rabbit just Mr. Skin the Poindexter Lounge.
I know.
Nobody cares about my OnlyFans.
By the way, hold on, pause.
Wait, Junkman, did you just say you had an OnlyFans?
Yeah, no one cares about my. I got one person, and it's my mom.
Hey, send me the link, man.
Your mom subscribed to your OnlyFans?
No, your mom.
She felt sorry for me. I didn't have anybody there.
She's a supportive mother. That's great.
Hey, Junkman, send me a link, man. I'm all over it. Come on. It's 2021. We all have to be
hey,
I'll have to try new things. Enosh, you too. Baggy, everybody. Send me the links. I'm in.
Wow.
Man.
Or farmersonly.com.
Farmers only. No, you know it's funny that you say that, because Jarbo said something earlier that I thought he said something about farm dating or something.
I heard that too.
You heard it? Okay, so I was thinking like farmersonly.com too. That's
I love those commercials, dude. You don't have to be lonely.
Dude, I thought it was a joke at first, but then I actually Googled it. I'm like, oh, this is actually a real thing.
Oh no!
Apparently, Echo Base just looked it up.
Mine?
No. What's the name?
Farmers Only. Mine was too small.
You're right. I want no part of that.
Oh, and what? Who doesn't know what Mr. Skin is? Come on now. Hell.
Is it still around, Mr. Skin?
You know what? It's still around.
I worked. What?
So,
what?
By the way, I have a legitimate theory. By the way,
I was just saying I worked in a Lutheran church, man, for 6 years, so it was okay. It was acceptable to drink in the Lutheran church, and
I thought you were going to say Mr. Skin in the church. I'm like, no, I don't think so.
No.
Like, wow.
No, I was answering this.
Okay. Woo.
This statement. I was not saying anything about Mr. Skin.
Oh, okay. Drink whiskey. Okay? Got it.
I have a quick theory about Snake Eyes. I've seen somebody in the comment talking about Snake Eyes isn't white. Now I think I have a theory, and I want to see if this is going to be true, because it makes sense in my head. But is it possible that the title or the name of Snake Eyes is something that's passed down in the Akakashi as a title, and that would explain why down the line the Caucasian fellow gets that title, which would also be something that would probably fuel Storm Shadow's anger, because again, Dead Eyes could have been like a name given to a warrior.
They set it up like Bruce Lee, like the Bruce Lee myths, where Jet Kundo, where it wasn't supposed to be taught to Gaiji, or it wasn't supposed to be taught to anybody outside of a specific society. And if you did it, you were a mortal enemy, and they would send people after you. You know, it was like a religion that was not supposed to be taught outside of them. And when you did it, you were an outlier. And it was like a secret that nobody was supposed to get. And you would send an assassin or somebody to take them out, to make sure that, not only to teach other people a lesson, but to make sure that that person didn't teach it to anyone else.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like maybe that having, because everyone's saying that Snake Eyes is a white guy.
For me, him being white would be part of his character, and you're taking away part of the story.
What I'm saying is, it could be like an origin story about like Snake Eyes being possibly just like the title of a warrior's name. Like, they give him code names.
Can I address this first of all, Jay? First of all, at no point I don't think anybody was whining about him being Asian in the movie. I was stating the fact that he's not white in the movie, because he's not white in the movie. I was not whining about that, and even if I did have a complaint about that, it would be okay, because that was actually essential to the story of Snake Eyes in the past. Literally. Like, this isn't even like oh, hey, now he's Asian guy, like that. It was literally essential to the story.
Was he white in the 2009 versions?
Yes,
he was. He was they showed him as a kid. He's a little blonde kid.
I can't remember those movies. I have to really watch it.
He was always white in the cartoon too.
Yeah, he's been white in every incarnation, because it's not just because he's a white trope. So it's not a tired old mighty white trope. That is not this at all.
What the story was.
It's literally what the story was. If you don't know the story of Snake Eyes and G.I. Joe, then you just don't know, I guess. But this is not a white trope deal. This is the fact that that's what literally the story was based upon.
Right. And just to add on that, there has been
nobody's complaining about it. Nobody's whining about it. When I said it in there, I said, hey, I'm sure there's a story to be told here, and I'd be fine with hearing that story. I just want to know how then they create the rivalry between him and Storm Shadow to be such a hatred and a thing, because obviously they have to update it for now, because also Snake Eyes was a Vietnam War vet. So unless you're going to do a period piece that goes back a few years,
it'll be an Iraqi war vet.
Yeah, it could be an Iraq war. It could be, it could be a number of things.
Yeah.
But The Last Samurai, like, I don't care about The Last Samurai. Like, I'm not talking about The Last Samurai. I'm talking about G.I. Joe.
Well, I mean,
like you got Last Samurai. That's fine. Like, I don't care about Tom Cruise. I don't like Tom Cruise, so I don't give a crap about Tom Cruise in anything, to be quite honest with you. And I'm not mad. I'm just like, I'm glad you know the story. But if you know the story, then you should know it's not a whitey.
Jay, that's
trope.
not what it is. Jay, that's not what it is. And I'm going to explain, because you brought up a point which is for some reason going to add to Enosh's point. The whole thing is, in media, when they have Asian culture, samurais, ninjas, it's Asian culture, right? And they have stories where they bring in what they call, and it's not the best term, but they call them gaijin, non-Asian, non-people. Gaijin. So what it is it's the stories, like I said, The Last Samurai, this situation with G.I. Joe, and also an anime I just watched called Yusuke about a black man who is a samurai. All of these characters, it's important of the race and the division of the culture, because again, this is a story. You have the culture, you have people outside of the culture becoming part of the culture. That's the story that they're telling. So it's not white trope. It's more just the story. This is what it's about. The reason why Storm Shadow has issues with Snake Eyes is because he's a gaijin. he was taught something that wasn't meant to be taught traditionally to outsiders. He is an outsider. He wasn't supposed to learn that fighting style. He wasn't supposed to be part of that group. And not only that, he got special treatment because he also excelled and exceeded Snake Eyes as his superior. And
he took it back to America, which was a big
right, and he took it back to the States. Again, it's about the story. It's about the history. If you know your Asian culture and you know your Asian history, it's canon. It's the real thing. Asian cultures back then, a lot of it's based on history. The story of Yusuke, that's based on a real person who exists, the first black samurai in records, in actual history. And he had a rough time because he was a slave. He was a slave who was taken in by the emperor at the time, and he was trained to fight as a samurai, and he was frowned upon because he was not a native to the country. So these are things that are important to the story.
That's on my list, Enosh. I'm taking that too. That, the Cobra Commander mask.
You gotta be careful, Enosh. William is definitely gunning.
I'm gonna make my way.
He can come for me all he wants, but the reality is that I'm ready for you.
Jay,
he's been training. He's been training.
I got Wonder Meg on my side. I'm coordinating with her.
Bring it on, baby. Bring it on.
Enosh is gonna have a siege on his house one of these days. He's gonna have a siege.
Jay, it's not just white people.
I got Google Maps and everything.
It's any foreigner is called a gaijin. Don't.
Yeah, you watch New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Don't test me on
they
Asian
call half
culture.
the table.
I know Asian.
Yeah, half the people in New Japan are gaiji.
Anyone who's not a Japanese native is called a gaijin.
Yeah, and it's not used as a derogatory slur. And if you're watching a certain formats, like I said, I watch wrestling in New Japan. They half the workers in New Japan are from America, and they're very popular, and they call them gaiji. The Bullet Club is was a gaiji staple. It depends on where you're at, but it's for that person who's that, Jay, go read some of the older comic books, not necessarily the cartoon. Go read some of the older stuff that came out in '82, and some of the stories that focus on Snake Eyes and why they're every time, even in the cartoon, when they were on the same screen together, they were fighting. I mean, it didn't matter what was going on. It could be things blowing up, tanks blowing up. When Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow met on the field, it was just those two, and it was intense, and that was the reason. So,
Peter Rabbit's Defender here with a $4.99 super chat says who would be a great Granny Goodness?
Smart is great.
Allison Janney, Frances McDormand, or Gene Smart. Also, Gene Smart's new show Hacks on HBO Max is awesome.
Yeah, I just saw it posted on HBO Max.
You had a great Sally Jupiter, man. Oh my goodness. Watchmen. She was hilarious in Watchmen.
Anybody got any thoughts on who would make a good Granny Goodness?
I would.
Gwendolyn Christie.
I would.
Yes.
Ooh, that's
mine. That's mine.
Dude,
right there.
I loved her in Game of Thrones. She was she played her role great.
You could
played her role great. She looks like the character. She's at the stature of the character.
Oh yeah, she's so
fight
tall.
Like the character. Yeah, she's 6'3", and she's built like somebody you wouldn't want to mess around with.
Oh yeah.
So I'd like to see her. Yeah. But you can get anybody, I guess. But that if you're going to
yes,
yeah, it's just for the word foreigner. It's not even a slur. I mean, that's what they call you. That's what they call you, and if you know what that word means, it just means you're not from Japan.
That basically what it means. That's what I said. It had nothing to do with just being white. If you're not Japanese, you're not Japanese. That's what it is.
IG make a lot of money in Japan, man. Trust me.
The teachers do. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Ed Asner.
Oh, he did the voice. He did the voice in the cartoon.
Did he really?
Yeah, he actually does Granny Goodness's voice in the cartoon.
I figured
she sounds like a raspy. She's almost a guy.
Yeah, no, it's true.
But no, I would like to see Gwendolyn Christie.
Helen Mirren would be a good one too.
Yeah. I would make a great Granny Goodness. What do you mean? You guys are just
Boston Goodness.
Yeah, Boston Goodness. I got the Boston
Saggy
beans.
Goodness.
Yes, I got the Boston beans. I'm evil. Clam chowder.
All right, well, hey, this was fun. My nose is completely smashed.
You have a nose?
I don't see any blood, so it doesn't matter.
What's that?
There's no blood, so it doesn't count.
That's true.
I was gonna say, isn't there a nose on the mask? It doesn't fit in there.
It's very tight. This is very tight.
Oh, I'm gonna refrain.
Hey, it doesn't matter because once I have it, it's just gonna sit on a shelf.
It's a trophy from the siege.
Yeah. So
you had all the Jay, you had all this time to respond. What do you mean, bro? We gave you plenty of time.
You know what?
I hope it's stuck.
I finally got it comfortable. Like I finally found a spot for my nose just now. Like,
well, hey, please don't break it. I don't want to get it all in pieces.
Yeah, William wants it, man. You gotta take care of it.
In fact, I got a list I gotta send you of stuff I need you to be extra careful with, so that
when you're out.
So when I make my move, I don't, I actually make off with stuff that's in good condition.
Whatever, dude.
Ryan, Seggy goodness.
Oh, look at that!
Dang,
come on,
that's tight.
I did it.
It's tighter. That's tighter than a nose.
It's gonna take me forever to get that off.
That does look like a yeah. Oof.
Ugh. You didn't sneeze in it, did you? That's gonna break right now. Damn it.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell you that now.
Where did you get that?
Woo!
He's got to wipe it.
The camera.
That's okay.
I see some skin flakes on that thing. Holy moly!
Hey, Enosh, if you see a U-Haul truck just pull up to your house on one day, that's me. That's
along
me.
with like 5 other people.
How's your face doing, dude?
Woo!
Yeah. I'm gonna have to talk to your wife and be like, hey,
I see some
I need
blood.
you to help me.
Yeah,
I need you to help me help your husband.
I see blood.
Hey,
blood has been
you
shed.
just gotta go
Scorpion's
through.
gonna
You
come
gotta
back.
message him and be like, hey, he needs some room on his shelf. Let me just let me just help you out with that.
I have an exhibit that I want to take this stuff around the world.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what you're looking for, man. Like, what are you looking for? What are you looking for away on the show? Like, we're talking literally about freaking G.I. Joe and Snake Eyes, man.
Comic books and toys.
Like seriously, man. Like, what do you mean if you want to talk like a man? I'm talking like a man because I'm a man.
What are we going to go out to the tree line?
Yeah,
I'm talking like a man too.
Are we gonna meet? Yeah, are we gonna meet at the flagpole? I mean, like, what the heck, dude? Like, seriously, come on.
Even when I was a kid, we didn't fight over G.I. Joe.
I'm still with G.I. Joe. I'm talking like a man now. What's up?
I mean, come on.
I just don't.
Everybody, damn.
I didn't time you. I don't. If somebody timed you out, I didn't time you out, and you've been here the whole time.
Somebody timed him out for 350 minutes over the whole Jarbo thing, but that was.
Well,
that was
I didn't time him out. I didn't time him out. Somebody in the mod, and I don't know what you said, man. But if you're over here yelling about talk like a man, I mean, you wouldn't do the macho man thing. Be a man, all right.
When did he
Be
get
a
time?
man?
I was looking at his time. He hadn't been in timeout.
I know.
What's timeout? 5 minutes?
No, this
is 350 seconds.
700 seconds, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I timed him out for quite a while, but
I don't know what that's
the last thing I saw was I saw.
I don't know. I want to argue with somebody. Bring him on here.
What do you know about us?
If you look in the private chat, you'll see why.
That's a different way to say that, though, Jay. Like, that's the way you say that. Hey, you know what? It's hard to communicate what I'm saying over this. That's fine. Like when you're like, be a man. Like you're not.
That didn't go off well.
No,
I was gonna get William to show my man.
Nihongo garakimasu. Nihongo garakimasu.
What?
I'm sorry. What?
It is getting late.
Translate for us, say.
That Bostonian you just said?
well, no. He the reason why the thing he said before I got timed out was like, "What do you know about us?" I know a lot because I like to educate myself, and I've been very passionate about Asian culture. I think it's a beautiful culture, so I have educated myself on the history, lore, stories, and I speak a little Japanese, little bit of Mandarin I can understand.
And I'm a G.I. Joe fan,
and he's a G.I. Joe fan. So
I mean, old school.
Yeah, I'm a
as comics came out, G.I. Joe fan.
So you're asking the wrong.
And Kenny Rogers knows chicken. And Kenny Rogers knows chicken.
Well,
he does know
know
how to cook a mean bird.
Guys, I'm a girl. I think I forgot that. There's one girl here. You called me a guy, bro. How dare you?
Yeah. And I don't have anything about Asian culture.
Well, I'm sorry. What was that?
Why Kenny Rogers was part of my childhood somehow. I don't know how. He was just around.
Kenny Rogers was on TV all the time. Movies, TV, music. He was everywhere.
He was on Solid Gold.
You don't have to leave it on me the whole time.
Well, that's just fun.
Yeah.
Well, no,
You know,
sorry.
You're
I,
gonna have
I,
to say
I was
something
just,
important
I
if
was
you
just
do that.
interested about this conversation because I think it's interesting that like no one's disrespecting your culture or trying to tell you about your culture. It's just
What culture was he talking about?
Asian culture.
I hadn't said anything about Asian culture.
Yeah, it's just talking about like
Yeah.
what the comics introduced and like
Well,
what
No,
it originally
what
was
we're
about.
saying is literally the story. Go look
Yeah,
that up.
it's not ripping on any culture or anything. It's just speaking of what was originally wrote.
Written. Yeah, that was the story.
Five Guys.
I'm a girl, damn it.
No, look, Jay. I don't think anybody's ripping on you about Asian culture,
I don't.
man.
Yeah, I don't think anyone said anything.
That or not nobody's ripping or telling you about Asian culture. It's
fight.
literally it's literally a comic book and a a daily afternoon cartoon, man, that I've got like a million
Nerd war.
3 p.m. Meet me by the flagpole.
No, it's literally part of the story. I mean, you
And
can go
the thing.
there to read.
It was written,
But what
Big
he
Dub,
was saying,
Big Dub, so did I. If you watch my PLW action figure wrestling episodes, that's exactly how I got started doing that when I was a kid. Because I used them all as wrestlers. What's that?
Nerds.
Oh yeah,
especially Sergeant Slaughter.
Especially Sergeant Slaughter. You want to see something cool?
By the way, it wasn't in the military.
I know. But I've got a this is a custom Sergeant Slaughter Viper leader. It's a story that like he went to Cobra and now he's the leader of the Vipers.
You know what? He got a lot of hard when he did the Akbar story.
Oh yeah,
he hated
Akbar
that.
story.
He hated that when they made him do that. But it was such a hit that he got death threats over that. I mean, because back then people just took it way more seriously than they did now. And this was right as the Iraq War was happening, the original Iraq War.
Yeah,
he hated that gimmick because he had built his entire career, even though he wasn't in real military, as this American icon. And then for him to have to do that at a time of war, he hated that. But
they wanted him. They wanted him to tear up or to burn.
They wanted him to burn the flag.
Yeah, they wanted him to burn American flag, and he wouldn't do it. So they did. It's funny because in the documentaries about it, he says that they basically did the second best thing and burned Hulk Hogan's shirt, which at that time, I mean, Hulk Hogan was so synonymous with,
synonymous with America.
America.
That was tough for him, but he did it because that was what he was being told and being paid to do, and the gimmick took off because of what was going on. But man, I remember him talking about that.
I'm about to pop off. We should end the stream before I pop off, or maybe I'll leave because this dude is getting under my skin.
I know. Keep it chill.
Understand this. Yeah. Nobody likes a quitter. Nobody said life was easy, so if you get knocked down, take the standing 8 count, get back up, and fight again. And you're a macho maniac. Dig it.
Hey, so the word trope, you got to understand the word trope is not what I don't think anybody on this screen was saying. It was a distinction between what they're doing in the movie by making Snake Eyes, whose character was white, Asian. The only thing he was asking is how they're going to tell that story now, since it differs from the origin story that we've all known. If they decide to do him Asian, that's fine with me. I'm just curious to see where that story comes from.
Like literally, I never complained on this stream about him being Asian. I said exactly what William just said. Like
you say don't time him out. I mean, he's asking a legitimate question, but it's just.
Hey, I want to war. I want to fight.
Shut up, Junk. I'm just going to keep it on you this whole time.
Oh, okay. I'll take over the show. Welcome to the Junk Room, everybody. It's Junk. Come back in.
And then I muted him.
Oh. I'll take my
I can understand if we're using stereotypes.
Yeah,
we're not. Nobody was using stereotypes.
It was keeping it classy here. It was just talking about the comics and all that, and like what it was originally wrote. I don't think anyone said anything that was.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that the guy understands that that's not what was. He's misinterpreting what the question that was being asked and equating it to a stereotype, which would be bad, but we weren't.
Yeah.
I don't.
He's assuming that people have a problem with him being Asian, and that's like not at all.
No,
at all. That wasn't
not at all.
Change his name. Change his name.
What is he doing?
He's that instigator man now.
Hey,
Devil's
I didn't know
advocate.
you could do that. Awesome.
Yeah, he did that to me too.
I didn't know
That
you
is
could
great.
do that.
That
I
is
will
great.
do that. I see
I went the
Echo
whole
Base in
show
there
before I
trying to fight
noticed.
some shit too.
I just discovered that like not too long ago. I did it to Matt Jarbo the first time, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I could change.
Oh,
the
I
name.
did not know that. I will have fun with that one.
Yeah, no, look, we know what we talked about. It's fine.
Yeah,
we don't have to get
No
into
harm,
it.
no
I'm not.
foul.
How
What?
dare you ask a question about race?
Yeah,
How dare I ask the question of what story they're going to tell if they
How
totally
dare
change who
you.
the character is? That's
Lord.
all I wanted to know.
And that's a legitimate question.
I thought so
and
too.
I'm okay with any answer these movie makers give me.
Yeah.
It's their story to tell. But
That's what I said. I never said
sure,
I never
for
said that
sure.
he couldn't be Asian. I just said in the comics and in the cartoon he never
That's what I
was.
heard. I'm with the guy in the chat. I forgot his name already, but I'm with that guy.
Junk man, oh man.
Eating stuff in his room.
Cancel Junk Man.
I don't know. Just to change the subject here. Enosh, did you finish? What's it? Now I forget. Did you finish? Oh yeah, Invincible.
No, I watched another episode tonight. But we're having. I swear to God, I'm just gonna finish the thing because like we're doing like one episode at a time, and I'm just like I'm like losing it because I want to talk about it, and I'm really liking it, and I think we just finished episode 5 tonight, so I think I got 3 episodes
binged
left.
it in like 3 days. Well, like after I finished
It's not very
studying.
long.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, it's not very long, but like man, wow! I just finished it this morning. Oh man, I'm excited. I really hope they do season 2, which it seems like they were, but
yeah, they're going to
definitely.
tell the whole story
yeah.
that was laid out.
Yeah, I heard like something like IGN posted like, oh yeah, like if you thought like season 1 was brutal, there's so much more that
Well,
they're
have you
gonna
read
get
the
into.
comics? Have you read the image? The comics?
No, I never knew it was a comic book until I heard of the show, and I'm just like, wow, I gotta read the comics now.
That's what's hard for me to watch these things that are based on things and they do follow them that way because I kind of know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I just want to see how bloody it got, and it got pretty bloody.
I mean, I really like the show. They did very well. I think I was very interested in it, and yeah, I mean, I really like the the actors that voiced all the characters, and I'm excited for it.
There's a 6th dude and another woman.
Yeah,
but
no, I'm loving it so far. I like it. I'm enjoying the show. I think it's a really good show.
Yeah.
I would give it really good. People were telling me that it was great. It was a really good show. I'm glad I got to see it.
I'll give it like an 8 out of 10. It was good. It was good. I liked it. I mean, I don't have the knowledge of the comics, so I can't really give it a basis. But from like my standpoint of just seeing the show, I thought it was pretty good.
I gave it a 7. I gave it a solid 7, which for me on a cartoon, I generally don't give animation anything. But lately, because I've been watching because of HBO Max, I watch more animation than I ever have in my entire life. I did not watch the DC animated stuff prior to having HBO Max, and now I'm pretty much halfway through everything. So I like The Boys better because some of the same type of stuff is fleshed out for me in ways that I am used to it.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of, The Boys.
It reminded me a lot.
Yeah, like especially like the Amazon with those superhero shows that are they got the brutality in them.
The one problem I have with Invincible, Robert Kirkman's storytelling drives me crazy. The way he tells stories just doesn't click with me all the time, and that's the only thing. And you see that play out there. Other people love it, and that's why his stuff has lasted forever. But I've always, I just found myself a little bit wanting when it comes to him. But other than that, like I said, the gore, the violence, and intensity, it's all there.
Yeah, but definitely when you have a stream and talk about it, I'll definitely jump on and see that.
Give me animation. I just didn't watch animation, Brian. I just didn't watch it. To be honest with you, I am giving it more credit now, but because I just wasn't into cartoons, man.
Yeah,
I just wasn't into it.
Yeah, they're doing so much more with animation now than ever. I feel like they're.
And I have access to it a little bit more now with HBO.
Yeah.
He's like the cable guy. He looks like Larry the Cable Guy reading Star Wars right now.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Am I on the camera again?
Yep, change your name again.
Yeah.
I'm a well, at least I'm still a man.
Be a man. Come on.
Not like the Star Wars stuff. I don't watch any of the Star Wars animation.
I hadn't either, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I don't like.
I don't think I've seen any of that. I mean, the only well, I did watch the Clone Wars. I saw most of Rebels. I mean, I like the Clone Wars, and so far the Bad Batch is like for me. You know,
I haven't watched the Bad Batch yet.
I need live action for Star Wars.
Yeah, I like live action so much more. I'm excited for the Kenobi series. It has a lot of potential, especially bringing back Hayden. Oof.
I heard Blue Beetle's going to be in it.
Oh yeah, Blue Beetle. Yeah, I heard he's going to be like do cameo.
I don't want. I just want to lay down a no prequel for storytelling role for Star Wars. No more prequel stuff. Because guess what? I know what happens to Obi-Wan eventually.
Yeah, I'm tired of that time.
I know what happens to Darth Vader. I know what happens to Yoda.
Wait,
I know it. I mean,
spoilers.
Yeah, you know, it's like spoiler, right? I know what happens to come on, give me some people that I can invest into long term, like I could invest in these characters when I was a kid. 40 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think they're doing so much stuff now. They're releasing like 7 or 8 different shows, and it's just I don't know. For me, like seeing all the different stuff, there's just so much stuff to follow now. Originally, it was just like the movies and a couple series, but now it's like so much stuff, and it's just hard to follow.
And that's I just wish they would keep all this other stuff. If people are enjoying it, just give me an expanded universe thing or something that takes about 80 years in the future, like Star Wars Next Generation.
I want to see some Old Republic stuff. That is so much untapped stuff. Oh my
Knights of the Old Republic. Oh, dude, the Tales of the Jedi.
Oh yeah,
crime that they had never made that stuff into a movie.
Yeah, just someone has to take the gamble with it and go with it, and it could lead to a whole other saga.
Zack Snyder, I know.
He would rock the crap out of those, especially
Knights of the Old Republic, the Tales of the Old Jedi. He would be perfect.
Oh yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Oh man, the storyboard.
The visuals. The visuals would be amazing.
Just the lightsaber fights, the way he does things, it would be different than any other Star Wars we've ever seen, and it would be so unconnected because it's 4,000 years into the past.
That's
even
what
if
I think we need to do.
Like a hut, you see a Jedi hut that's using the Force and everything else. You see some of these species that we see as goofballs, and in the cantina, and then you look at the Knights of the Old Republic, and they're like actual legit Jedi, like Bail Fortuna, the Twi'lek race. They're Jedi. I mean, there's tons of Jedi like them in that storyline. We just don't ever get to see that, but because they want to keep telling the same stories from when I was a kid.
They just need to take the gamble on it, I think, because they can keep doing all the stuff for like this current saga, but I think we're really driving this open untapped market is just talking about the Old Republic and all the stuff before that, because there's so many possibilities. They can have like maybe 6, 7 different things. They can have a
whole universe within itself.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But they don't want to do it because they don't want to piss off the old nostalgia guy, just like Trek didn't want to do it. Trek had to though. But remember, like I said, Enosh is old enough. Remember when the Star Trek Next Generation first came on? They were protesting at Paramount Studios. They were boycotting Paramount with signs. And this is ridiculous because they didn't want Star Trek The Next Generation to air. I mean, how are you going to do something 80 years? This is, and they did it. They did it, and they were able to create storytelling that was separated from them in content, but bound in spirit. It was still Star Trek. And then now we have Star Treks that take 80 years beyond that, 30 years beyond that, and they can jump anywhere they want to. And that's what you have to do. You can't. The nostalgia is what I think really does a franchise damage. Any franchise, superhero, Star Trek, Star Wars. If you can't let go of certain things in order to grab others, it gets stagnant, and then you start saturating it because you create so many programs in that time period. It's like, the universe is getting smaller with each second.
Yeah, I wish they would go in the future more than the past. Jumping up 100 years.
That's the thing. Like, Gene Roddenberry would probably be very upset about that because Gene Roddenberry always wanted.
He would hate Discovery.
Oh yeah, he wanted to always go forward in time and show those aspects of it. And this whole idea.
He loved Next Generation. He loved the idea of Next Generation.
I even got into Star Trek Enterprise. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a huge fan of what's his name, of Scott Bakula. I mean, Quantum Leap is,
except for the way it ended, it was an extraordinary series. But that last
my favorite. Oh, I love that.
Oh, that last episode,
dude, that ending.
That's my favorite episode. I think. I love that.
Look, it's a
spoiler alert for
heartbreaking.
anybody who hasn't watched it.
It's a heartbreaking ending, but I think it's a very poignant one. But you know why it ended that way, William? Do you know why it ended that way? Because they did not know that the show was getting canceled. They were on the bubble for the next season, and NBC would not tell them. And so they had to write an ending that would both be a potential ending for the series and a potential end for the.
They should have shot 2 endings then.
They didn't know until they didn't even know then.
They aired the different ending cut, but I don't think they ever aired it.
Because when you show it in reruns, you could have showed it because it aired in reruns, even right after.
Well, I like how it ended. Y'all didn't like how
I just didn't like. I didn't like the non-resolution. I hate.
Look. Well, as a fan of Sam, yeah, obviously, it's heartbreaking to know.
Oh yeah,
that he never, returned home. But the reality is that, I mean, that's a perfect ending to it, because it really showed. I mean, it brought a bunch of things together. The guy who plays God in the last episode was in the first episode of Quantum Leap. Did you realize that? Yeah. Okay. So I mean, there
the
were all
thing I
kinds
didn't
of
like about it is that
all the callbacks. I mean,
I just thought it was. I just didn't want the resolution was just really bothering me.
The Sam return home thing was just too predictable. Him coming back home at the end. I think we all wanted to see it.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, if we do something a little different. And they say the whole time he can go home whenever he wants to. And it seems like he chose to fix Al's life and then go fix other lives.
And that's the beautiful thing about it, because listen, if you watch that show continually, Tiffany had never watched it. And so about 5 years ago, I bought the entire, series, and we binged it in like a month. And Tiffany was crying because you literally see that between seasons, like the end, I think it's the end of season 3 or whatever, 3, 4, and 5. There's all these hints that Sam is noticing Al's life and what has spiraled out of control in Al's life. And so when you watch them back to back to back, there's all these little hints and these little things. So the fact that Sam fixed that in the end,
that I
is
did like.
beautiful.
I just didn't like the way Sam's story. It just always bothered me.
Yeah.
But you were talking about Enterprise.
I wish they would bring that show back though in some way, shape, or form. Do something with it.
Okay, you want to know how bad that show was ruined? That whole Zindi story arc, that wasn't what was supposed to go down. What was supposed to happen in that show, it was supposed to be bound to the Romulans and yesterday's Enterprise and things like that. Everything that the Romulans had to do, because the guy in the future, the future guy was supposed to be a Romulan, and his entire thing was to disrupt the Klingon human alliance. That's why in Broken Bow, the first episode, you see them chasing down and experimenting on that Klingon. And what they were probably going to end up doing is, remember when you saw the Flat Ridge Klingons? The original story was going to be they were trying to subjugate the Klingon species through experimentation and augmenting them and creating a master race that controlled the rest of the Klingons. That's why when you first see the Klingons in TOS, they're the flat-headed ones, and because that's the ruling class. But they ended up not following through because they had so much pressure from old school Trek fans, and then they brought in the Zindi, they brought in all kinds of madness, and it was just they ruined that series. Fans, that's one of the primary examples of Star Trek fans being Star Trek's worst enemy. Enterprise. You ever want to see how fans can ruin a show? Enterprise is your primary example.
You can't give fans what they want. I learned that with the Rise of Skywalker. They try to please everybody.
Oh, heck yeah.
You can't please anybody. You're not going to please anybody. Just make the movie you want to make.
Yeah. Tell your story.
Let the chips fall. Yep. Let the chips fall.
And I think the story that they were trying to sell with Enterprise would have been epic, because remember, Worf's whole family with the whole traitor, with the Romulan traitor, all kinds, that stuff would have basically been all throughout history. And the whole point was to make it so that the Federation never came to existence. That's why when you remember when the Romulans were in that show and they had cloaking technology that they weren't supposed to have yet, and they had things and cloaking minds? That was because that future guy was giving them stuff from his timeline, so that to give the Romulans the advantage heading into the Romulan War. Because that series was supposed to lead right into the Romulan War, which would have led into the founding of the Federation. They ruined that series.
Yeah, I can't remember much, but I hadn't seen it in years.
Man, what, Joe?
Good night, Luke. Night Captain, I'm not sure. We did $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Says, what do you all lean towards more, the comics or movies?
It depends on what the character, what the topic was.
Yeah.
I mean, name a comic book movie. I mean, if it's Batman, I in that case, the comics are the movies. If depending on what's doing them. If you love Dark Knight, then you love Zack Snyder's Batman.
Batman and Robin, just like the movie, just like the comics.
Yeah, you know,
Batman and Robin. I mean, George Clooney, epitome of Dark Knight Returns.
I mean, oh well, no. Batman Forever was closer to a comic than anything else.
Yeah,
I'm exhausted, guys. So I'm gonna be.
I read them both.
You're gonna eat some meat, Saggy?
I'm gonna go eat some meat, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. And then I'm gonna wake up
out here
and
a couple
meet.
minutes.
30
minutes ago.
I didn't know it was 4.
Yeah, same.
I know it was 4 in the morning.
Got distracted. Yeah.
So Night Captain, I would just finish off too by saying, it depends. It really depends upon what it is. There's some things that I really want it to be more comic accurate, and then there's some things that I'm fine with people taking liberty. It just depends upon how it's done. And I agree with what Junkman said. I don't think that we can make these movies by committee like that, and just try to please everybody. I think that you have to look at. That's one of the reasons why I like Zack Snyder's versions of these characters, because he does go back and he tries to pull in these stories that matter to people, and and make them special. And so. I hope that answers your question. I'd be willing to get a little more in depth, maybe in another stream, and just ask just bring it up again, maybe more specifically. Maybe if you're thinking
there's a lot to go with that.
If you're thinking a more specific like topic or franchise or something like that, we could definitely talk about that. But we are we're at the 3 hour and 6 minute mark. So Saggy, tell them where they can find you, hun.
At bluebeetle.com where you can find all my shrines of Blue Beetle and merchandise.
You're gonna have to be a producer on that movie.
I better.
All right.
Onlymelons.com.
Oh man.
You guys know where to find me, Shaggy Melons.
All right. William is out there at the Sci-Fi Center out in Vegas. You can find him at Sci-Fi Center.
Just Google Sci-Fi Center, and I'm the only one there.
And you can find that comic book reading man, the junk man. Where can they find you, man? All over the place.
Junkman.com. Just go there and it'll take you where you need to go. Take you right to my YouTube channel. So
heck yeah. And of course, don't forget you can find us all over social media at Poindexter Lounge. And contrary to the fact that everybody else on this stream apparently has a store where you can buy stuff. Go buy stuff, man. Go buy Junkman stuff. He's got a lot of great t-shirts.
Get all the merch.
Get all the merch. Get all the merch. It's all good merch. It's all good fun. We got a bunch of t-shirts coming up and stuff too, different designs and stuff coming up too. So don't forget, you can get your Jawas United Union label Tatooine shirt right here. So we got a bunch of stuff for you too. All right, guys. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you to everybody who's in the chat. Thank you guys to everyone who was here tonight and had to leave. We appreciate y'all. I think we might do another movie watch this weekend. I don't know.
Awesome.
I'm trying to decide what I want to watch, but we may.
Blade Runner 2049.
Howard the Duck.
I'm Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck. No, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. That original movie.
That would be a good one.
I don't know. We'll see. But hey, guys. Thank you to everyone who's here. You guys are awesome. You guys make this a great place. I tell you what, I love coming in here and just having these talks with you. That's why 3 hours goes like that. And before you know it, we're like, because look, you know what this really is? This is a bunch of friends who've never met in person, but we're friends. We enjoy things. And that's what I just want to tell you guys. Learn to enjoy stuff. It doesn't mean you have to be a shill for everything. It doesn't mean that you have to give up your integrity somehow of your choice of content or whatever, or bow to the knee of corporate, whatever. Just learn to enjoy what you enjoy, and don't try to, take a dump on other people's enjoyment. That's it, right? Treat everybody with respect. Don't tell anybody else that their fandom doesn't matter, and don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter. But seek to have good conversations like we do here at the Poindexter Lounge. And if you do that, there'll always be a place for you here at the Poindexter Lounge. Until next time, stay nerdy.